last premiership, but the Adelaide Hordes can sense something special is just around the corner in 2003. From across the border, they've descended on Melbourne in their thousands for an after-dark battle with their Victorian nemesis, Collingwood. It's a rivalry that's young, but it's developing rapidly, with another chapter poised to unfold. Tonight, in a snapshot of September, all attention is on the Telstra Dome for the clash between the Magpies and the Crows. This is Nine's Friday Night Football.
Good evening, everybody, and a magnificent view of Melbourne as Collingwood takes on the Adelaide Crows from Telstra Dome. A fantastic night for football. The roof is shut, and it is a finals-like atmosphere here at the Dome tonight. Let there be no mistake. And plenty of Adelaide Crows have made the trip over for the big game tonight. Over 800 people in the Collingwood President's Dinner. That's not counting the coteries and all the other groups around the place. It was not one seat available for dinner tonight at the Telstra Dome. And literally the game has been sold out for a couple of days. It is a magnificent atmosphere tonight as second place Adelaide take on fourth place Collingwood, a top four spot up for grabs. Round 20 football, Gary. Friday night football, AFL on 9. It doesn't get much bigger than this.
It's back, Ed. We are over the hump. There's a little hump just about two-thirds of the way through the season. Finals in sight. These two teams are going to play a pivotal role in September action. So this shapes as a great contest. Adelaide have won 7 of their last 8. Of course, the Magpies' form against the Crows has been great. They've won their last 4.
All right, well, the Adelaide Crows, led by Mark Rasciuto, have been some problems with the flu, although Stephen Trigg, their CEO, told me that it was not as bad as what was made out in the media today by a long way. Let's go down to Dermot Brereton with his old mate, 5-time premiership teammate, and tonight becoming the longest-serving Crows coach in the history of their club, Gary Ayres.
Hey, Jazz. Massive game for your boys. They're on show tonight. What do you expect out of them?
Oh, just a fair bit of control early, hopefully, Derm, because obviously there's going to be a lot of things happening. So if we can stay in control emotionally, make some good decisions, hopefully we'll get away to a good start.
Well, their opponents last week really got physical with them. Yeah. You looking at that?
Oh, well, look, it always helps. So, but again, I think it's about staying in control and being able to maximise and minimise the amount of ball use we have early so we don't try to do too much.
I've seen that frown before. Do you wish you were still out there?
Oh, well, you know what it's like, mate. I wish I was out there with you.
Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Two old war horses doing battle down there. Gary Ayres with Dermot Brereton as the Magpies come out onto the ground. And as I said, a magnificent atmosphere tonight. Let's go down to Tony Jones, who's with the Collingwood coach, Michael Malthouse.
Well, Mick, it's got an enormous finals feel about it. This one, hasn't it? Does the heart rate go up a little bit?
We've had some fantastic matches against Adelaide right through since my time at the club. They are a wonderfully supported side. They've always been very competitive. And what a great scene for a do-or-die battle.
Just a quick one, Jason Cloak, will he get the job on Carey?
I've told you before, he will play on Carey.
Good on you.
All right, Mick means business down there, and good luck to Mick, who turns 50 on Sunday. Here's the Collingwood side to take on the Crows. One change, Gary.
Indeed, there is. Young Tristan Walker comes in for Dane Swan, a late withdrawal. Rocker and Tarrant taking more marks inside 50 than any other team in the competition. Collingwood, led by those two players, are terrific at getting the ball back in from a point kick in. Number one at clearances. There's a lot to like about this footy club.
There's one thing to like a lot about them, Wayne Carey. Collingwood have won the last 4 encounters for premiership points by an average of 14 points. Let's not forget, though, the Crows did win the Wizard Cup Grand Final against the Pies at this very ground.
And Wayne Carey's kicked 8 goals in the past 2 weeks, Eddie. His form's been ominous, and before he did that knee over at Amy Stadium, he was in great touch as well. The number one ranked kid outside in the competition, Clark and Biglands, are going to have a big say in proceedings this evening.
Well, the teams are there. They're ready to go. There's Chris Tarrant. And, of course, earlier this year, the Adelaide Crows dominated the game at Amy Stadium. They even led at the final siren until that man kicked this goal to give the Magpies victory.
Collingwood just trying to conjure it away, and they've got Buckley, long ball, Tarrant. 4 quarters of utter heroism from both teams, and it all rests on Chris Tarrant's kick. It is a Collingwood
Fabulous gadgets, fantastic results in the back.
Two of the great captains of AFL football, Nathan Buckley and Mark Rasciuto, as Lou Richards celebrating his 80th birthday and 50 years of Collingwood's 53 premiership. Tosses the coin, which is won by Adelaide's Mark Rasciuto, and the Crows will kick to the right of screen or the Coventry end. Gary Lyon, who are we going to keep an eye on tonight?
We're going to have a look at two of the best midfielders in at the competition. Eddie, no doubt about it, Mark Rasciuto, the captain of the Adelaide Crows, and Scott Burns, who has just had another outstanding season backing up from last year. So different types of midfielders. I don't think they'll cover the same sort of kilometres as the rest of them, but it'll be interesting to have a look at.
OK, and Derm, you've got the player cam on, one of your favourites.
Yeah, one of the all-time greats, if not alongside Lee Matthews. He's 192 centimetres, 97 kilograms, and he'll come up against Wakeland and or Cloak. He's got 3 or 4 centimetres and kilograms on both of those boys.
Let's go down to Dr. Peter Larkins. And Pete, it's been illness rather than injury this week that's been the talk of the town.
Yeah, with the Crows end for sure. Only Ben Hart with a quadricep strain, but 6 players out there tonight who are in the 3rd day of a 4-day illness, they tell me. So they've still got another day to go with a flu-like illness. They all had the flu shots back in March, Ed, so it really is a different sort of virus, but they've lost some weight and they've had gastro-type symptoms, so there will be a fatigue issue for them tonight, no doubt about that.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, if any of the Collingwood boys get it, we might take a class action. We'll give Eugene a rocker on the caper. Good to see Dennis Committee's with us tonight. Dennis, good luck tonight. Collingwood's going to be a classic.
Should be a beauty. Adelaide in terrific form. Winners at Subi last week. They've won 7 of their last 8. Friday night football underway. Buckley on the ground immediately. Knocked out wide by Clark. Begley taken front on. He was taken too high. He's going to get the free kick. Begley just backward of the centre circle. Having a very good season. Formerly a Saint. High ball towards the attacking 50. Carey twisted away by a Cloak. Hangs a long time in the air. Tawney taken down by Scotland. Held to him, says the umpire. And a ball up inside the centre square.
A couple of the matchups, we've got Rocker with McGregor. Tarrant's been picked up by Smart. And Walker starting at true centre-half forward, picked up by Bassett at the other end. Carey has been guarded by Cloak and Perry by Wakeland.
Walker knocked it down. Fraser smothered off the boot by Rasciuto. Socked forward by Burton towards the boundary. Trying to keep it in. Can't get there in time.
In the middle, Rasciuto and Lacuria is going to be a beauty. Ronnie Burns been picked up, Scotty Burns been picked up by Doherty, so some significance in that matchup as well. And right at the moment, Buckley's opponent is Shirley.
Tossed in, Walker directed it down in front. Clark, Begley again, kicks inside the 50. With a bouncing ball, Cole to tidy up off the ball. Free kick to the Magpies, advantage is paid. Lacuria comes away, kicks it towards the wing. Perry up, couldn't hang on. Wakeland, socket away by Burns in his space to his own advantage, onto the footy. Johnson's got him, got it away to Burton, kicks over the fallen Burns, back inside the 50. Cole almost, putting the body in down there, Tawney, loose ball on his knees. Feeding it back was Holland with the outside of the boot Cloak. Burton takes the mark.
3rd touch for Burton already, and he has been prolific in the last few weeks as it comes across down to McLeod. McLeod goes wide out to Perry, who almost took the mark. No push. Yes, it was, says the umpire. Lightest of pushes gets a free kick, and Perry will line up for goal inside 50 for the first score of the night, boys. Just thoughts?
Yeah, needed some subtlety in that, but gave him the 2 hands and just moved him up. Just had no traffic around him to disguise it better.
Good early lesson too for Brodie Holland, who's picked up Andrew McLeod. Tried to play 15 or 20 metres off him. When you've got a player as good as McLeod, he is going to draw the football at every opportunity, and it's cost him an inside 50 and a shot at goal.
Perry's kicked 22 goals, 15 at 59% this season. Career, he's kicked 54 goals from 54 games. This is game number 55. From just outside the 50 for the first score of the night. He starts at left, it bends back, but not enough. And through for the first score, which is a behind for the Adelaide Crows.
James Clement to kick in. Beautiful exponent of the kicking skills. Do very well from their kick-ins, Collingwood.
Clement to himself. John Cock put down. Good Shepherd. Clement, long ball towards the wing. Big pack at the drop. Terrific mark, Tawney. Bounced to his feet, kicks back inside the 50. Plenty of Magpies back though. Wakeland on his chest. Buckley the move towards the pocket, takes the mark. Shirley tracks him. Adelaide by a point. Ian Perry got it. Perry made his debut against the Magpies, round 13 of 98. Adelaide won at the MCG. The last time they won in Victoria against Collingwood. Here's Cloak, right half back, drives it around the outer side, hugging the boundary line, juggled out there by Bassett. Brandishes the football, looks towards the middle. Perry, forward at half back, and goes short. Nobody on Shirley. He's taken the mark, plays on immediately. Bassett pushing up the ground. Tawney has it now. Edwards. They've started well, the Crows. Edwards kicks inside the 50. Juggled attempt down there by McGregor, nothing doing. Johnson comes away with it to O'Brien. Back to Johnson.
And Collingwood absolutely nothing to kick to ahead, so Johnson has to go back to Tarrant. Tarrant now wasting some time trying to find a bit of space. He finds his skipper in Buckley, gets it away to O'Brien. Now there's something opening up for Collingwood as they transfer play out to Reece Shaw. Shaw gets the call to run. He has Richard Kohler forward, but Reece Shaw decides to have a go. 2 bounces, he runs to 75. He kicks up towards Rocker. Was he interfered with? Yes, he was. And Anthony Rocker will line up from 15 metres out, pretty much directly in front.
That's the quick burst, guys. They got on the roll there.
Here. You just fronted him. No, you fronted him.
He fronted him, the umpire saying
his objective was the ball, yours wasn't.
That's experience from Rocker too. He didn't actually have to try for the ball. When he saw that he was going to be beelined by Bassett, he stands his ground. He knows that Bassett's not watching the ball, and he allows him to run into him, and it is a free kick as long as, well, I won't say that one, as long as the day.
Anthony Rocker lining up. 15 metres out, pretty much directly in front. He's kicked 35 goals in season 2003. You got the best seat in the house on Friday night football. As Anthony Rocker comes in and kicks the first major of the night and put it down next to the Magpies.
Well, you called it, Eddie, when they didn't have a target up forward, was because Chris Tarrant was up around half back. The most significant play in all of that was being able to square the footy to the opposite side of the ground, and it just opened up beautifully for them. And they are pushing forward. I mean, Rocker got back in a very good position on that occasion, but it's the midfielders like Brodie Holland who's tagging Andrew McLeod and Scott Burns. At every opportunity, they are running deep into attack to try and drag out some of those important playmakers for Adelaide. It's a very different forward structure for the Magpies in transition, but great change in direction sent the goal up.
At the footy.
Anthony Rocker, the birthday boy, turns 26 today. Good start. Magpies by 5 points. Fraser has to wait. Clark came hard. Goodwin in trouble. Kept his poise. Well played. Shirley got it away. They work it forward. Doughty got it wide. Rashudo got it from Burton outside the 50. Kicks long towards full forward. Up in front. Would have played that almost to Clement. Hit the ground. After it goes Begley. Trying to wrench it away from Clement. Locked in. Umpire wants it.
Great effort by James Begley. First to get the spoil, then for a second effort to lock it in their forward line and give themselves another chance.
Bounce about 15 metres out then. Clark in front. John Cock. Open goal. Beckons. And he pops it through. That's right. He's been in rare form.
Adelaide Crows showing why they are the #1 ranked team in the league at goaling from a ball up. Number 1 and 3 for taps. They're 2 big ruckmen, Biglands and Clark. And John Cock didn't miss from 10 metres out. Back in the centre, it's the Crows by a point. Neither ruckman got a good tap on that one, but it was Bickley who got the clearance for the Adelaide Crows. Out comes Reece Shaw. Has a fumble of the ball, knocks it out cleverly. Chance for Brodie Holland to pick up for the Magpies. He looks up ahead, decides to back himself in, then kick it long. Well, it's going to be a big effort here for Shane O'Brien. Had to beat 3 of them. Bassett, did he throw it? No, says the umpire. It spills out to McLeod. McLeod gets the handball going now. Bickley again, kicks long, looking for Carey. Great effort. Both did very well.
That is a great effort.
And we'll get 50.
He didn't come off the line.
It's taking on Wayne Carey at what he has become famous for, body work. And that's a great effort.
I never called it, mate. I've got to call it.
There you go. The umpire's got to call it.
And he's spot on.
And the kick comes out to Shaw. Now to Waitman, who's run from full back to half forward. The lead is out from Tarrant. Just the 15, you would have thought. I would have thought about 9. Tarrant's kick forward to Fraser, who ran into space and took a mark. And Josh Fraser will line up now from just inside 50.
Tony, just come back to me, please.
There are 2 or 3 Adelaide players in the hole there, but they were all just spectating a bit. As you can see there, Josh Fraser comes in and emerges between 3 of them. So it's got to be a little bit more proactive if you're going to defend a space.
Fraser's kicked 13 goals this year, 13-11, so kicking at 54%. 9 minutes gone in this opening term. It's the Crows by 1 point. From right on 50, Fraser comes in. It's bending. It's not bending enough, though, and scores a level.
Is that over one? Okay, it's all clear, it's over one.
All clear, 1 point.
7 apiece. Mason Edwards to bring it back in. Early going Friday night football. Big crowd at the Dome. Off the step, Edwards. Doughty.
Thanks, Richard.
Back in the team.
It's good skill. We take that for granted, but that is really good skill, isn't it? Just picking it out right in the middle. A #1 position from a kick-in to have it just about here.
Very static up ahead. Goes for distance. High ball towards the outer side wing. Clark. Well done. Doesn't take too many marks around the ground. That was strong. Down towards left half forward. Carey got rid of Cloak across on the angle shore. Left it behind. No, surely in trouble. Taken down. Locked in. Ball up.
So important that young Cloak gets numbers around him. His teammates support him, because one-on-one, it won't be long until Carey does pretty well on him. If they leave him in isolation, it'll be a daunting task for the kid. But you notice how the numbers swarmed on Carey there.
Beside the boundary line, Clark flicks it down. Goodwin, clever error shootout on the balls, taken down. Kept the footy. Goodwin again. Beckley, familiar names. 75 metres out. Kicks long. Carey outmanoeuvred initially. Cloak couldn't hang on. Woden worked off the ball. Down went Carey. Back to Cloak. Numbers tell the story. Cloak short, close to the boundary line. Reshaw has got it now.
Started well, Jason Cloak.
Yep.
He's been able to hold his ground on the 2 or 3 times he has been one out.
So Reshaw decides to have a bit of a gallop. A couple of bounces and transfers play out to Johnson in the opposite back pocket. Now there's a bit of run as Clement led to space, but Johnson's kick was an ordinary one. It bounced through a few. It was lucky for the Magpies. Rocker knocks it forward, looking for Cole out wide. Edwards gets across though for the Crows and just beats everyone for pace. Kick was a beauty to John Cock out on the lead, and the mark has been taken by Johnson's opponent, so he's punished for the turnover kick.
Third time for the quarter. We might get Carey 1 out on Cloak.
Fraser running back. The kick is off the side of the boot. It might help. Carey.
That hit him in the chest, Carey, and he never laid a hand on it.
Jason Cloak's got the nice new shade of red through the hair as well.
I think that's the purple.
I'll tell you what, they've done well, Adelaide, to allow Carey to be 1 out. I mean, clubs are so good at swarming back. They are keeping their defenders honest, the Adelaide forwards.
Clean miss by Carey there.
Boundary throw in. Cloak came hard. Fraser off the ground. Clement smothered off the boot. Fraser goes again. Scotland in desperate trouble. Clever. Kept his head. Got it to Johnson. Deep in his own defensive area. Back towards the wing. McLeod fingertips to it. Running behind Edwards to Doughty. Spots him out towards the middle. He'll want his left side. Goodwin worked off it. Burns knew exactly what was going on there. Lucuria Buckley. Sweeping hand past Fraser. Lucuria through midfield. Spots him out towards half forward. Wrong man. Didn't find him. McGregor. Smart. 1 bounce. Over the top. Bassett. Resolute defender, Bassett. Goes for distance. Carey in front. Takes the mark on his chest. Right on the wing. Kicks down towards the attacking 50. Coming up is Perry. What a wonderful kick.
He's the most improved key forward of the competition, this young man.
It was a good kick. Needed to be. Perry from 70 metres out just sets it up. Big leap Williams.
Strange choice. 2 small forwards. Should have gone top of the square. Clark was there.
So Johnson has it again and no one to kick to. So he has a little bounce. Runs close to the man on the mark and then thumps it long, looking for Walker. Bassett there behind him. He slips over at the inopportune moment. Here's a chance now for Reshaw if he can pick it up. He's doing party tricks out there. In the end, took it over the line and out of bounds.
Guys, what's actually happening in the centre bounce here as we watch this mark here by Williams is that McLeod's starting in there and Brodie Holland's tagging him, picking him up. Straight away after the bounce, McLeod is going to a back flank and Brodie Holland is having to tag him as the half-forward flanker.
O'Brien takes the puck beautifully, kicks her in the body. That's Aaron on the lead. And Chris Tarrant marks in front of Smart.
That's why the clearances are going to become so important as this game wears on, because it doesn't matter what Nigel Smart does. When the ball comes in that quickly, I don't think there's a player in the competition that's going to be able to get a fist on that football. So stoppages, clearances, absolutely critical tonight.
7 goals from 6 games for Chris Tarrant. His last one was a beauty, though, against the Adelaide Crows to win the match. This is a tough kick. A left footer has got a bit of angle working for him. From 45 metres out, he comes in. The kick is on its way, straightening up beautifully and hits the post. Magpies by that margin, 1 point.
It's a physical game. It is a real one-on-one contest. Adelaide, Gary Ayres teams love to play one-on-one footy, so you wouldn't imagine this being a blowout at any particular stage.
Edwards. Broadcast side, outside the 50. McGregor drew a crowd. Tawney camped in front. Shaw on the end of the kick. Needs to be quick. Gets it away just in the nick of time. Holland pushed in the back. Mark is played. Wow.
And that's what he has to do, Dermot. I mean, he'd be a bit confused about playing half-forward on Andrew McLeod. He has now got to adopt a forwards mentality, and that is go after the footy, present as an option, and make Andrew McLeod honest.
To Johnson, it was a long kick from 55, and it was a mark earlier. About 5 metres out, Cole up, fingertips to it, knocks it across the line.
Gee, for the standard that's been set tonight, Brody Holland was lucky to be paid that one. But I tell you what, you've got to take your... There you go, Ed.
They love me in Tasmania.
You've got to take your hat off to Brody Holland. He puts his hand up for the big ones, doesn't he?
Boundary throw in. He doesn't do it. Knocked down. Clark goes again. O'Brien over the football, went to ground. McLeod had it, lost it. O'Brien goes again, tied up.
Dragged it in.
Oh.
You dragged it in, Shane. You dragged it in. You must knock it on straight away.
There's the umpire. McLeod, meantime, just nicks off.
And McLeod thumps it long, and nicking off as well was this man, Carey.
Perry ahead.
Carey has got Wakeland looking to get the lead. He does now. He gets out in front of Wakeland. A bit of superior pace there, hasn't he? It's similar to what's happening at the other end, isn't it? With Tarrant versus Smart.
When they're one out, you've got someone who uses the ball as well as Wayne Carey.
He's got to get in there now, Carey. Without Mark Stevens, who's been missing for a while now, they reckon he's set to come back next week.
What's his 50-metre penalty? 4th touch to Perry, by the way. Listen to the umpire.
I asked him 4 times to come back. He just ignored me. 5 metres I asked him to come back.
Did he hear you?
Well, it doesn't matter. The 50-metre penalty means Perry will line up from point-blank range.
It's still not... with all due respect for Ian Perry, on this side of the ground, his kicking has improved, but it's not point-blank range.
So Magpies by a point as Perry lines up from a very, very soft 50-metre penalty. In he comes and kicks the goal, and the Crows lead.
Stuff.
Looks like he came sideways on the mark, Wakeland.
Well, Boston crowd. Rashudo. First, an interesting hand pass. The throw says the umpire.
No, I didn't see you clench fist, mate, okay? Looked like you tapped it with an open hand.
Umpires will be hoarse by quarter time.
Mark's here.
Well,
Game attempt.
that's not in any textbook. There's Lacuria. Just inside the centre square.
Gee, Williams is moving freely inside 50.
Short one is onto Holland.
And still there, Dan.
Plays on. Chips it wide. Well spotted. Williams. Good talking, Gary Lyon.
Yeah, Brett Burton is his opponent, as you noticed. The first kick, the free kick, Burton had to stand the mark. That's why Williams got loose ahead.
So he'll kick from 55. Adelaide by 5 points. Goes short. Burns. Awkward kick, though. Cleared him. Shirley goes back. Rashudo. Well played. 2 of them to choose from. McLeod is running now. Burton wants it over the top. He takes it on the wing. Looks down towards half forward. High ball. In trouble down there. Wakeland. Perry almost the mark. Collingwood a bit lucky. Coming away though, Shaw. Gives it to Cloak. Left half back. Rebound opportunity now for the Magpies. Hand pass came from Lacuria, back to Shaw, spots a man in Fraser. It needed to be a good kick, it was. Plays on to Holland alongside the centre circle. Probing kick. Tarrant props off the ball. Tawney came back and a fist on it. On his knees, Bassett gets to his feet, bounces it out of bounds, tantalisingly in front of Smart.
And the boozer for Chris Tarrant, who ended up on his backside. Interesting to have a look just how, but it was a great effort by Tawney. Came off his man at the right time. Got a fist to the footy. It's what they have to do with someone like Chris Tarrant.
Williams is free again around the back of the throw-in here.
Crows by 5 points. Collingwood attacking zone. Rocker got the tap. O'Brien goes hard for the ball and does it beautifully out the way. Wogan onto his left foot. He puts it high in the air. Williams is there. He flies. Couldn't quite hold the mark. Crashing through goes the Courier. Goes the banana and misses from 15 metres out. Need to find the right foot.
Yeah, for a player like that with his experience, though, it's a safer option of 2 steps, the banana, rather than take an extra. That's the left foot there. Rather than take 3 steps and go on the non-dominant side. Should have made it either way.
Here's Tawney in the back pocket there. 4 points the margin. Goes to the middle. Goodwin running back into form. McLeod simply running from half back, goes long down towards half forward and Carey. Cloak favoured by the kick. Working at the back, this is Burton. Scotland with him. The hand pass intended for Carey. Knocked away by Cloak. This will be interesting. Well played, Cloak. Bit him one-on-one. Courier from half back to the wing. What a big win it was. Williams, Shaw overlapping. Kicks to the 50. Rocker goes up. Knocked away by Bassett. Loose ball at the back. Edwards the fumble. Out it goes.
It was a legitimate fumble.
It was.
Oh, the players are good at disguising them now. Wasn't this well done by young Cloak as well? You just felt, be careful. Don't take it out too obviously, but he did him. Kept it in.
Burns off for Bigland, so they've gone with the change up there, boys, to get a big tall forward up.
Let's
Ronnie Burns off.
Let's drag Josh Fraser away from the middle of the ground.
Throw in the Collingwood forward line. Carey got that handball out. It's going to go as far as Buckley, who had another genuine fumble.
Yeah, Rashudo out of edge.
There's Rashudo. Yeah. My apologies there, Dennis.
Clement has to go now to Bigland, so good coaching by Gary Ayres, just stretching Collingwood a bit. Clement is good enough to play on Burns. I don't know if he's got the height for Bigland, so it'll be a test.
Clark up against Walker. The throw in left a bit of weddies. That was a Crow throw. Ends up there with Scotland for Collingwood. Back into the side. Fraser leads. That's where the kick's going. Needs to be a good kick, and it is. From Heath Scotland to Josh Fraser with his 6th touch. Decides to go short. It's a shocking kick. Collingwood wasting opportunities inside 50. And the mark's been taken by Rashudo, getting back to support. The kick is out to the flank position, played by Tristan Walker from behind over Bickley over the line and out of bounds for a throw in half-forward flank.
You can just see how well drilled this Adelaide defence is. They are very Chris Tarrant conscious at the moment, and they all gravitate towards him. Rashudo was going to cut that kick off anyway, had it been a good pass. So they just got to open their vision a bit going forward, Collingwood. Try and look at some other targets.
Burns off, Didak on, boundary throw in. Fraser with the back of the hand. Edwards in real trouble. The umpire wants it. No chance, he said.
Walker now the player that's going to go back and play on Biglands, which releases James Clement.
You have a look at this pack that forms here. See Simon Goodwin on the left-hand side of the pack, free by himself. Expect him to sweep past for a handball.
Awkward bounce, Fraser lays it down for Scotland in real trouble. The Courier spins out of trouble. A hand pass not so good. McLeod again accelerates away, takes on Shaw. Look at him go. Andrew McLeod down towards half forward. The kick not so flash. Biglands went back to McLeod to look away. Hit him on the number 3. Coming through Walker. Hand passes to Holland. Pulsating stuff at the moment. Holland takes them on the wing, goes down towards half forward. Tarrant outnumbered. Smart fingertips to it. Oh, he hit a hurdle there, did Burton. Still kept his footing. Coming through strongly, Williams knocked it across the boundary line.
Should have grabbed it. One of the things that Nigel Smart does very, very well against bigger opponents like Tarrant, he works them underneath the flight of the ball. He just gets into their back and walks them under it, so the ball favours him at the rear of the contest.
Clark off and Schubeck on for his first run, so mixing it up, another small going on as it comes down to O'Brien. A high up and under. Tarrant is there against 2. He's sandwiched 3. Burton came from the clouds. He jumped off the roof. Now he gets the ball, handballs it out. Williams, though, for Collingwood, has a shot at the goal. It's going to be close. It's hit the post for the 2nd time in the quarter.
That is really poor from Brett Burton then. An indiscriminate handball into the corridor of the ground. Let's have a look at the leap again.
Really paid the price. His man nearly kicked the goal.
So 2 posters to Collingwood, 3-point deficit, 3 minutes and 33 seconds left.
Gutsy leap though. Here's Smart. Doughty has to wait. After Smart, under pressure. O'Brien worked hard that time. Rashudo They've got the numbers again. Doughty. Adelaide working overtime, working well. Towards half forward goes the kick. Beckley's in front. Knocked away, Roe Woden. Scotland been busy. Here's Cloak. Roe Woden. Scotland should have offered a Shepherd. He'll get it anyway. He's at centre half back. Vidak is free on the wing. Vidak's got it now. Nobody near him. On the lead of the Curia. Ignores that. Pops it now across to the Curia. He hesitated. He's about 60 metres out. Chips it towards the pocket by Woden, beaten in the air.
They've been good Adelaide defence. They prepared again, come off their men to give their teammates a hand.
Tawney's been terrific. And the kick came from Burton to Biglands. This is Edwards.
And they were great hands by Biglands because the pack was descending on him as Edwards transfers to the outer side. Tawney in the back part of the game has got players loose now. They can run the Crows.
Magpies got numbers in defence.
So the next kick is important for the Adelaide Crows. Carey comes out, then drifts back. Perry from behind has the set and the
Great kick because Carey had double coverage, so they went to Perry.
Perry's kick is out in front now, flying from behind. Carey used his body. It spills out to Johnson. His kick is a good one. Falling over though is Williams, who was 5 metres clear, and then he gave everyone a start. Now he's picked the ball up. Once again, no one to go to, so he has to go inside. He just held the ball nicely there, Williams. To Fraser, who laid off the handball.
Not much ahead.
Sure. To Holland, who's collared, literally.
Over the shoulder.
And was very lucky. Grabbed high.
Now they can get some... Now they get some numbers ahead. Tish Shirley's doing a great job on Nathan Buckley as well. He is the most annoying bloke on the ground at the moment, Shirley.
Shaw's kick wide out to Scotland.
Going to get free here, but
65 metres out, Buckley leads. The kick is to Rocker, who's 65 out. Off one step, he decides to have a go. From a long way out, Anthony Rocker bombs, and it's offline again. And through for another point. So Collingwood killing themselves in front of the goals. Two posters, it's 1-5-11 to the Crows 2-1-13. Magpies have had double the scoring opportunities, but trail by 2 points.
Just wonder whether they need a tool at home forward, the Pies, because Tarrant works so hard and leads so long. Their structure isn't great, and a number of times they've been going forward without an obvious target in their forward 50. We know they take more marks in there than any other team. Their structure's out of whack at the moment. No Malloy tonight.
Bassett gives it to Tawney, who's been very good back there. Coming up for his 7th possession. Strong marking, backing his judgment. Right across the ground this time. Burton, very deep. Begley offers, that's ignored. Perry gets away from Cloak. Cloak did well to close on him. Came back to him, Cloak. Now he's in trouble. Sock is off the ground, up towards the wing. McLeod relishes this situation. Taunting his opponent, puts it across to Beckley. This is Begley. Kicks down towards the attacking 50, coming up the ground and taking a strong mark is this young man playing his first game, Shibak. He's got it just outside the 50.
Just shuffling the cards around in that forward half of the ground is Gary Ayres. He's had tools, he's put on the small again. Ian Perry is probably the most dangerous forward at the moment. He's got some serious leg speed. He's creating a bit of havoc.
Shibak with his first kick from 52 metres out. Starts it to the left, sliding across the base of the pack. Wakeland juggles the mark. There's the siren. Interesting term, that one. A lot to digest at quarter time on Friday Night Football. It's Adelaide 2-1-13 after they won the toss. And the Magpies 1-5-11, including a couple of posters. Big game.
Proudly brought to you by the Commodore Runout, Mitre 10 and Sky City Adelaide.
say that's great coaching. He's a to-be-feared man, Mick Malthouse, but it's educational what he's doing there with East Scotland.
All right, here we go at quarter time. Only 2 points in it. Collingwood 6 scoring shots for only 1 goal. Adelaide 2 goals, 13 with Perry and Johncock. Anthony Rocker, the Collingwood goal kicker.
And the way they went forward, I think, has a fair bit to do with that scoreline, Eddie. Their structure is a little bit different, I would imagine, as Gary Ayres breaks up the huddle. You have a look at this, they have been wide because they haven't had the tall structure at home. Rocker's been out of 50. Tarrant's pushed up the ground, so they've been forced wide, and hence they've kicked 1 goal 5 for the quarter. If they got the big tall target, they go long, direct down the middle, and easier, the higher percentage shots at goal.
Let's go down to Tony Jones, who's boundary side.
Yeah, good on you, Eddie. Thanks for that. A familiar face in the crowd tonight. Adam Ramanaskas beginning his new and let's hope temporary role as a forward scout for the Bombers. Just taking a few notes there. The Bombers, of course, take on Collingwood this time in 2 weeks, I think. The round 22 clash there. And Ramanaskas starting his radiotherapy in the next week or so. Initially 30 sessions, I believe, Doc, and that's for that low-grade cancer in the neck shoulder region.
That's right, yeah. So hopefully one course only of 30 treatments, but they'll obviously evaluate that. Gee, it was a very fast quarter, that first one. I mean, if the Crows are going to be affected at all by the virus, it'll be endurance and weakness. So you wouldn't expect that they can run 4 quarters. It was the quickest one I've seen this year.
Good on you, Pete. All right, good to see Mark Johnson up there as well with Robert Shaw, the assistant coach of the Bombers. The work rate, Dermot?
Yeah, well, Scotty Burns, he exited the field, had a breather late in the quarter. You know Rashudo's going to run all day, and if he doesn't, he'll go to the full forward line. He started on the bench again, Scotty Burns, so we won't add to that in the immediate future.
Mark Rashudo, interesting there. I think 34% walking. That is the most walking we've had in this so far. So different sorts.
His sprint, his 9% of sprint though is everything. It's a complete, absolute effort of burst.
Second term Friday night football. Crows lead it by 2 points. Bigland slaps it down. Begley picks it up. Tackle. He's got it a long time. He's walking forward. Cole's got him.
Thanks.
Yep, what saves him is that he's got his feet, Dennis. If he drops to his knees and gathers that, he's gone.
Carrying Coles to where? There's the bounce alongside the centre circle. Offhand, Scotland. Clever. Nicely worked to Buckley. Needs a touch. In trouble, Buckley. Lucky to get away. Whoop. The brief tackle. Swings it out wide as Buckley. Williams. Looping hand pass. Lucuria. Left half forward. Good looking pass. Tarrant on the end of it. Chris Tarrant. We've got that match winner back in round 7, as Ed said, but generally hasn't kicked too many goals against the Crows.
Almost hung on there, Bix, but the pass was terrific to Tarrant. You can't stop it. I mean, I watched that one, and Nigel Smart did as much as he possibly could, but this bloke was just dynamic on the burst.
Solid hands, wasn't it? I'll just say he's only played about 8 minutes of league footy so far, but if this kid Schuback, who's at the other end of the ground at the moment, you see him with the ball, he's one of the quickest players I've seen for a couple of years already.
Tarrant, only 7 career goals against Adelaide, including the 4 back in round 7. He misses here. Sliding it across the face.
Yeah, he's got to start fighting him, Chris Tarrant, and well, he might be frustrated because he is the target, clearly. He's just got to start rewarding the hard work.
Those players that miss, no, it's all about luck. Kick in, Buckley goes up, thumps it back towards the 50. Bree, Scotland, Slick, Holland, hurriedly. Tawney needs to turn around. Awkward bouncing football. Bassett shins it to Shirley. Back it comes to Bassett. Goes with the outside of the boot. Up goes Scotland. I think Roy Roden did some pushing. Thank you, umpire.
Good pick there, Dennis.
Bit of a shepherd here, or no, just tries to take him out of the contest.
McLeod again has the ball.
Starting to rack up a few Andy McLeod, 8th possession.
8th possession as it goes inboard now to Bickley, always dangerous. Look at that, a thumping kick up towards Perry. 2 Collingwood players fly. Williams at the fall of the ball, did it well. Out the way, Woden. Quick handball inside. Lucuria has to get on the bike. Shows the ball and has a bounce. He's running in and out of trouble. He's turned it over here, as you know. Clement did well. Then tackled by Bickley. Got the little handball out. It's going to spill. Advantage is played and away goes the Crows. Here they go through Dowdy as he lines up and kicks the goal. No, he kicks a point. 1 point. So both teams at the moment missing opportunities they should know.
Gary, first game of Schuback, what would he have been thinking when that ball got taken away from him? It was his free kick. Relieved. I reckon he would have been saying to himself, don't pay the advantage, I need a stat.
Well, Woden looks up. The decides to kick it long to Anthony Rocker, who made a long lead and took the mark.
Yeah, good spot up with the kick there. Good hands.
Bassett right on the mark.
Got some numbers ahead, the Crows.
Rocker goes short to Buckley, who takes the mark on centre wing. 5th touch coming up for the Collingwood captain. Up towards Tarrant, who was on a long lead. He knocks it down beautifully to Williams there. That was well played by Tarrant. Crows defenders in numbers. McKee falls over the top for the Pies. Smart on top of him, and will have a bounce right on the Collingwood 50.
Brett Burton was a star in the first quarter. He's directly opposed to Andrew Williams, who got a bit of it late. 11 touches to Burton, Williams 7. Had some opportunities going forward, Williams, that he didn't take.
Bounce right on the 50. Bigland's up very high. Some high kicking from Beckley in there. Buckley on top of the football. Held to him. Just moments ago across half-back. Most unlike Nathan Buckley. A little hesitation.
Different styles of game here. Adelaide, 2 out of every 3 kicks are long. Collingwood, 2 out of every 3 kicks are short.
Beckley, who's stout, across the body. Bree goes back, takes the mark, looks towards the middle, spots Didak, who stretches. He's got it. Goes on immediately. Rocker, Didak, a little too slick. Williams on across the ground, goes to him now. Got there in time. Burton closing. Williams has the footy, forward of the wing. There's Tarrant. In traffic, deep, ignored in any case.
Rocker with Bassett would be the one you try and isolate.
Lucuria, Buckley, missed it. Loose ball at the back for a shootout. Obliging bounce in the back pocket. Adelaide doing nicely. Tawney, very impressive.
Worked super hard to get there, Nathan Buckley, and got a beautiful shepherd from one of his teammates.
It's wide again going inside 50 though.
Yep.
Here's Shirley. Forward of half-back, kicks beyond the wing. That's a push in the back, Shirley. Good one into the back of Shaw. Shaw to take the free.
Bobby Shaw squares it up to Fraser. Inside the centre half-back position, he kicks long and wide, looking for Didak again, who got up, and that was a very strong mark. Just took it in front of Dowdy, 4th touch for Alan Didak.
See, that's the one where Tarrant should read from the goal square. That kick should have come up the corridor to a lead from Tarrant.
Beautiful mark by Anthony Rocker. The kick came in from Didak, and Rocker had to run at full stretch and take it above his eyes and did.
I still reckon this is the matchup that Collingwood can exploit the most. I mean, Tarrant's always going to get some footy, but even one out in the square, Rocker on Nathan Bassett looks very, very dangerous for Collingwood.
Anthony Rocker is the Collingwood goal kicker so far. Pies have kicked 1-6.
Important spot-up kick, wasn't it? He took that amongst a triangle of Crows players who get back to try and assist. A murder of Crows.
Matthew Clark ready to come back on for the Crows. 1-6 plays 2-2. The Crows by 2 points.
Right behind him, Anthony Rocker. You be the judge. Steps inside the 50. Walking back sweetly. As sweet as you like. His second goal. Collingwood in front.
Fantastic. They're rolling now.
Pies hit the front for the first goal of the second term. Collingwood by 4 points. Fraser gets the tap down. Holland's left foot kick up towards centre half forward. Using his body was O'Brien. Spills to Lucuria, who gets it out to Didak. Steps around Dowdy, then on the right foot, puts it out in front of Tarrant, who marks right on the 50. Straight away, the little kick over the top, and a lot of hang time. And it ended up hanging Shane O'Brien as Edwards took a beautiful mark.
It is tight. They're very tight defensively, the Crows. If you make a little error, that's the ball's just a bit behind a player, or it sits up a little bit much, you know they're not going to be too far away.
Tyson Edwards in the back pockets for the Crows. Disposals this quarter, Collingwood 30, Adelaide 12. So the Magpies dominating the ball, just not getting the scoreboard result at the moment. This time it comes in again. Brodie Holland, a big punch from behind. Bickley, strong body, does it well, but had it for an eternity. The umpire said dropping the ball, free kick. Anthony Rocker paid the advantage over into the open goals, missed from 25 metres out, running into an open goal. And Collingwood are now 2 goals, 7 to 2-2-14. Pies by 5 points.
I'd say there's a great tackle, great gang tackle, 2 or 3 efforts. You'd have to say the last 5 minutes, Dermot, Collingwood have controlled this game without
killing the scoreboard.
Dead right. The one thing they haven't done, the only way they're going to break this open is if they start controlling the game down the spine of the ground.
Edwards towards the outer side. Bigland's almost. Scotland behind. Buckley wheels around.
Like now.
Holland meters in the clear. Can play on. Looks across the ground. Into space. Tarrant coming up. Lets it bounce. They pull Barracks for the Crows. Then straight across to Edwards. Hesitates. Held his nerve. Rashudo. Out of your fence. Good kick too. Burton, the runner alongside John Cock. Doesn't use him, at least not for the moment. Doughty's got it. John Cock still a danger. Cruising up the ground. Doughty, what's he done?
He's come over.
Has he? What? Buckley just tried to meet him. Doughty goes across the ground. Bigland's obviously given some license. Is pushed up from half-back. He's got it at 55.
He's not Anthony Rocker, but he can sail them.
To the pocket and Burton. That's lax.
Brett Burton is covering kilometres as Nathan Buckley comes to the interchange bench. Scott Burns comes on. We've seen that plenty of times this year, so not too big a deal. But 13th touch for Brett Burton, and his work rate has been phenomenal. Playing on a wing, but not spending much time there.
That down the ground view, that's the sight that the ball carrier has, and you can see where he's going. You see the greater movement. You see that lateral movement down the ground a lot more prominent, and that's where the kick goes.
He's kicked 14 goals this season. This for a 1-point lead. That's our game. Burton slots it.
So the Crows in front by a point. 11 minutes and 42 seconds left in this second term. 3-2 plays 2-7. Crows in front. Good play by Licuria. Got it out to Burns. Burns goes long up the full forward over the head of the pack. It spills. A chance here for Collingwood. The handball came out from Lockham. Back to Tarrant. They've conceded some ground. O'Brien tries to squeeze the kick out and does out towards the boundary line. Over the line, out of bounds. Good tackle from Lockham on Begley. Clever throw in.
Wasn't smart, clever. He just made sure he didn't overcommit to Tarrant and knew that he wanted to turn in on his left foot and just summed him up pretty smartly.
Smart was clever, all right.
Yep. And what about those figures? Collingwood dominating the term. Not putting it on the board at the moment. Licuria, toe poked away by McGregor. Burns back on the ground. That's Wise. Goes after it. McGregor's over the football. McLeod emerges with it. McLeod from half-back. High ball towards the wing. Carey will come at it. Cloak got a fist on it. It rolled off his shoulder to John Cock. John Cock for space. This will be interesting. Goodwin leads in the race. It bounces for him. Hard against the line. Pulls it around the corner. Well defended Wakeland. Sure, unsure. Going to the ground. In goes Woden. He's over the football. He attracts a crowd. Holding the football surely. Well, it pays to be close to the fence and the umpire directly behind you.
Oh, that was the perfect example of dragging it back in. Watch it go away. And bring it back. That's flirting.
It's a free kick. Well, if the Geesh is looking for an example, he's got one right there. Burns in trouble. Gets it to Licuria. Woden kicks out of defence. Floats up towards the wing. McLeod was held, didn't get a free. McLeod in trouble. Hand passes to Licuria. Stopped it brilliantly. Hand passes away and turned to Fraser. Fraser towards half-forward. Rocker. Very intent on Bigland's loose ball. O'Brien will it set for him. O'Brien trailing away behind him. Bigland's like a man looking to tumble turn. The ball trickles across the line eventually. That was wonderful by Brett Bigland's, the big man. Let's go down to the dock.
Yeah, Mark Bickley just in a little bit of trouble since that Buckley tackle where he almost decked Bucks and his left hand got caught. And he's just a bit restricted in the use of his left hand. He's been favouring the finger and not handling the ball too well.
I won't ask you where it got caught.
Athleticism.
No, not ball up. In the back to Rashudo. Free kick.
That was pretty red hot. The athleticism of Bigland has been impressive. Big spoil about 5 minutes ago was a ripper.
Yeah.
And then the second and third effort there was great.
Well, this is a real battle, this game at the moment. 13.5 minutes gone. 13.5 minutes gone in the quarter. 9.5 left.
Inside 50s this quarter, Ed. 4 to Adelaide and 9 to Collingwood.
10th touch to the Adelaide Crows skipper, Rashudo. What a star he's been this year as well. He's a real favourite for the Brownlow. Has been a fantastic player over the line with Goodwin for a throw-in right on centre wing.
This is Adelaide's bread and butter, the throw-ins. They've got so many powerful players around the ball. Collingwood got a good record against them over the last 4.
An interesting ball-up situation there as it comes out. Strength. Great play by Rashudo. Got it to Dowdy, who tumbles one forward, looking in there for Carey. Good play by Cloak. You've got the deciding punch on the ball. John Cock is wrapped up. No chance bowling.
Jason Cloak doing a good job. He's been able to stand his ground, not get shrugged off the footy, and get a fish to it at the right time.
Important period here. The Crows on the rebound. Collingwood dominating the first part of this quarter. You always expect the opposition to come back. Magpies have to withstand now after not making the most of it on the scoreboard. Bickley kicks forward. Look at this one. Perry at full stretch. Spills out. Carey was there. And a free kick Collingwood's way against Carey to go to play.
Well, if Mark Rashudo got one at the other end, you have to pay this one.
Plays on. So the replay. Wakeland's got the footy now. Picks it up towards the wing. He wants the boundary line. Tarrant out, number 3 on 1. Unkind bounce. Rashudo strolls back, gets it, lays it off. Dowdy has been busy, goes to Tawney. Adelaide looking good for the moment. Kicks down towards the attacking 50. Clears Carey in front. Loose ball behind. Knocked across by Schuback. Hit over the top by Goodwin. Stolen away by Holland. Kicked to a contest. Clement played it pretty well. Slips it away to Lucuria. Cruising past Johnson. Loney is on. Will he get it to him? No, he won't. He didn't have to carry. It was run down. Schuback got him down.
That was that pace identified in the first few minutes, Dennis. He is lightning, this kid Schuback.
McGregor. Probing kick towards Perry. Wakeland did well. Thumped it away. Bounced on its point. Holland knocked it down. McLeod somehow got free. Slips a hand pass away. Perry. Interesting kick. Well, Woden needs to go. And he does.
Trying to be very precise, both sides going forward.
Pace test.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was degree of difficulty. The Magpie defence just trying to make it a little bit harder on themselves. The kick from Woden was a shocker. And umpire will give a free kick here. Dropping the ball, they wrapped it up. The third man in, no one tried to get it out. And that is terrible play by the Collingwood defence from Shaneway Woden's kick, which gave no chance to reshort, and then mucked it up. Scotty free kick. Ineffective disposals. Collingwood 13, Adelaide 1. There's no point arguing. That is a free kick.
Oh, you never die without an argument. Your instinct, you've given all. You have to argue it. And Scotty Burns is a passionate player. But he does drag it in.
I think it was Lucuria, the third man over the top, that iced it as far as the umpire was concerned. Here comes Dowdy now. The margin is a point in favour of the Crows. From 40 metres out, he kicks Adelaide's 4th goal. They lead by 7 points.
Leaded by 7 points, and you've got to say they've got plenty of support here tonight. Neither ruckman touched the footy. Clark eventually fell on it, and the umpire wants it. Fair enough to umpire.
Before the game, Gary Ayres said as long as they can control their emotions early, you just feel now that Adelaide have decided, let's go into a step up here. Can the Magpies match them? Because they've done pretty well at this point in time.
Good one, trying to force a passage. Bode over the football. McGregor did well. So too Scotland. Read it. Scrambles a kick towards half forward. Shirley. Good combination though. Burton breaks away. Swings it out wide. John Cock. John Cock wide half forward. Another Crows counter-punching.
Perry's decoyed himself away.
Goes down towards the pocket. Off hand, spills towards Perry. Sliding in Lucuria, needs help. Gives it across to Woden. Woden hard against the line. Managed to squeeze it out to Fraser.
We should have gone to full forward with Johnson, his opponent. That's why Wayne Carey would identify it as a dangerous matchup.
Here's Scotland again, breaking from half-back, looking towards half-forward. Rarely have they been down this end in the last couple of minutes. But Walker interfered with early by Big Ones. He's got the football, 75 metres out. Tarrant is run out long. That would be my suggestion. He's taking a while. Tarrant and Smart still. Metres in the clear, but Clark is drifting down. Well worked by Fraser. He saw the hesitation. He saw it demanded something, and he ran hard into the hole.
I think you would give credit too to Rocket on that occasion, Dan, because we all looked at Tarrant down there, one out. You thought, gee, you better hurry because Clark was making his way down. Maybe I don't think I'm giving Rocket too much credit. He must have realised, well, if there's Clark, Josh Fraser must be somewhere else.
Yeah,
and
McGregor
that's where Fraser was.
Yeah, McGregor and Tyson Edwards isn't the man to mark him coming through, but McGregor actually should have been giving better coverage then.
There's the probability. What an important kick against the flow of the game. Fraser. Interesting. Right to left and left to right, but it's through.
What's a piece in this second term? And it's Adelaide Crows leading by 1 point. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Up goes Fraser, got the tap. We'll give it to Clark, who got it out the back to McLeod. It was a beautiful tap in the end. Up towards Carey. Cloak did well, but it's knocked the wrong way. The charge is on now. Shoe back to Speedster. Couldn't quite pick it up. Shaw's picked him up now. Shoe back again, off the ground. Chance for Cloak. Was he pushed? Yes, he was, says the umpire. Free kick to Jason Cloak at Collingwood at half-back point.
Playing as good as game as I've seen him. We've seen him play some good games. Jason Cloak win plenty of the footy. He's not winning stats tonight, but he's doing an effective job.
Across the ground he goes. Maloney, a bit lucky there. Puts it in front. Curia, been so busy. Goes towards half-forward. Tarrant juggles it. Couldn't hang on. Smart. Got the momentum up. Then passes over the shoulder, intended to Carey. Scotland gets away. Smart smothers the kick. Spill still walking over the top. Tarrant about 65 metres out. Burns has taken the mark. Rocket drops back, but Burns, oblivious to all of that, will go back and line up the South Australian.
There it is.
Striking back here, the Magpies, against the flow of play, as you called, Dennis. Interesting to note, too, Coach Malthouse has left Nathan Buckley off the ground during that toss-up, that dicey, important time.
Burns misses everything. Could sneak through for behind.
Well, there's no excuses for Collingwood's kicking a goal tonight. Hang on, Ken. Hang on. How'd you call it?
There is a meeting here tonight.
Got a pretty good view of it, and I reckon it was a behind. Okay, you happy with that? Don't differ. All clear. All clear.
Pulled rank.
Well, whether he's right or wrong, he was certain about it. He showed some leadership.
Yep, that's good. That is good. I mean, that's like your central chair umpire in tennis, overruling. If he feels he's certain.
But was he right?
I'm not sure he was.
You'll cop it. If he's certain about it, you've got to go with him. He's the man in charge.
I think it brought up the chalk on the fat bit.
Scores level. Burton flies high. Rocker from behind over the line and out of bounds. So 3-8, 4-2, 26 apiece.
Well, I hope it's not a point going.
Oh, yeah. Now, is this touched first?
There's hands there.
There's no doubt that he's got a hand on that, someone. And then to the inside of the post.
Well, in that case, it's out of bounds.
Exactly.
Buckley on for Scotland. 2.5 minutes left in the quarter, in the first half. And scores are level here between these two teams fighting for a top 4 position off the ground in O'Brien. Out comes a Rocker, just trying to shepherd it with his body. Opened up for Didak. Now the charge is on. Out comes Tawney. Good play, but he was stripped of the ball. Picked up by Fraser. The kick is to the pocket. Out comes Tarrant. He gets a bad bounce. Controlled it beautifully. Over to Didak, the opportunist, twisting and turning, finding some space. He's tackled by Smart. Great play. Downey gets it back now to Tawney, who transfers play. That was cool head from Tawney, and this man, the Birdman, Burton's got it again. He decides to go back. The kick stayed in the air a long time. But Tyson Edwards took a beauty. That was a ripping mark, that one. He had them charging at him. Needed courage and skill and provided the two. Oh, that was a great mark by Tyson Edwards. Scores level. 1 minute 41 left as Edwards comes up. The Dockland side. Fraser from behind. Bigland's at the front. Fraser's stuck over the line and out of bounds. We'll have a throw in.
And Didak is going to learn you can't go dancing with the ball as we watch Wayne Carey come to the bench. Didak trying to do a little bit of a dance to balk around. They just want you to hold the ball, Adelaide, so they can tackle. Great tackling side.
Boundary throw in. Clark knocked it down. Edwards, who's been great, to Bode. Doughty, forward of half-back. High ball down towards half-forward. Carey in front, reaching over the top. Cloak. Holland has been handy, taken high. Will get the free. So talking about that last point, 26 apiece at the major break. That could well be the case. Cross towards the middle from O'Brien. Burns. The Magpies made it. Could lead at half-time. Lucuria. Awkward bounce. Shaw goes after it. Over the shoulder. Lucuria. A minute to go in the opening half. Lucuria stops. Kicks down inside the 50. Smart read it brilliantly off the boot. gathers it on his defensive 50. Tumbles a kick towards the outer side. Bassett, oh, caught that down he went. Wakeland put him down strongly. This is McLeod. Finds the footy. Hesitates. Kicks towards half forward. Clement thumps it away. Close to the boundary line. Short fell over. Not so McLeod. Close to the boundary. High ball. Perry will fly. Fisted away by Cloak. Perry almost a crumb. In goes Holland on his knees to Wakeland. They hold the line. Johnson comes away. We're down to 20 seconds. On the outer side, Shaw has arrived. Any score will lead at the major break. Rocker's got it within range. He doesn't know 10 seconds to go. Wheels around. High ball down towards full forward. Cole should mark. Well, he misjudged it completely. Down back there, the Crum. Turns around. Kicks a goal on 0-0. What timing. Would have been just about criminal then if they couldn't have scored. Collingwood for a quick turnaround there. They had a 3-on-2, 10 metres out from goal.
Well, that gust of wind blowing across the southern part of Australia was the air letting out of Adelaide Crows supporters and Collingwood fans watching the clock and the ball hitting the ground. Alan Didak just got there in time, and the Pies lead by a goal. 6 behind is the leading, is the margin. 4-8 to 4-2. Collingwood 4-8-32, Adelaide 4-2-26. We'll all take a deep breath. Both teams regroup. There's nothing in this game. Oh, what a beauty this one is. When we return, Dermot Brereton and Gary Lyon and the Holden halftime review of a pressure-packed opening halftime. Friday Night Football. This is AFL on 9. Back. It's Holden half-time. Collingwood by 6 points, and those lucky youngsters there having the time of their life forming the Guard of Honour being taken out there by the Collingwood vice-captain in Tarkin Lockyer. And they're just a few of the lucky school kids who have been part of a program that the Collingwood vice-captain has been involved in since suffering a knee injury that's required a knee reconstruction, and then subsequent stress fractures of his feet which have put him out for the season. Tarkin Lockyer's done a great job off the field, but he's bitterly disappointed that he's not on it. And Anne-Marie Sparkman caught up with him during the
It really has. It's given me something to do, you know, outside of my rehab.
Leadership has come easily for Tarkin, already a vice-captain. The view at the top of the AFL was looking good until round 3 this year.
And that is not a great sign for Collingwood fans, certainly not for Tarkin Lockyer.
People tell you that you're not going to play for the rest of the year, and you understand you've got to go through an operation that's going to mentally be the toughest challenge of your life. You don't really understand that until you actually go through it. It's unfair. You sort of think, what have I done to deserve this? You know, I think I'm a nice bloke to most people, and then to be struck down, you know, pretty much all year, you've just got to wonder, what am I doing wrong?
First and last time, mate.
My girlfriend, I reckon every time I come home, she sort of knows when I'm in a bad mood. I just walk in a huff and sort of yell at the dog. I really sort of feel like a leper. I come in here and I'm on my own.
No mates.
No mates.
Tarkin already knows what it's like to fight for his football future. The early report card on him read,
too short, too slow, a little bit overweight.
He's kicked it 55 right through the middle. His first.
Ironically, the boy from the West despised the famous club that finally gave him a lifeline on the rookie list.
Yeah, you know, everyone says, you know, you either love them or you hate them, and I really hated them, that's for sure. But as history shows it, I've ended up here and love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything now.
Lockie might provide it from 45. There's the one the Magpies needed.
The hunger for more of that sweet taste of success now haunts him, hating to watch the action in the coach's box.
I think I've been sitting in there for 16 weeks. I don't reckon I've said one word the whole time I've been in there. I'm a bit scared to cop an errant pen or something like that could be flying my way if I open my mouth. So yeah, I could try and keep pretty quiet.
With Collingwood looking certain to play finals again, some days it's a real struggle to produce that trademark grin.
I do think about it. I think I'm sort of bracing myself for, you sort of think, well, what if they win a premiership this year and I'm not part of it? You know, I know that it'll be wonderful for the club and it'll be wonderful to see the boys do that, but I'll be shattered. I'll be absolutely devastated just knowing that I can't be a part of it. It's going to be pretty tough, I reckon.
So watch out for that poor dog of yours.
Poor little Diesel, he's going to cop it.
Well done to Tarkin Lockyer. That's Holden half-time. We'll take a break. The players are back on the field. We'll get set for it. It's going to be an enthralling second half. Friday Night Football. This is AFL on 9.
Ball. The margin 6 points, and away we go. Clark knocks it down. Buckley back on the ground. Out wide, Didak. It's clear. Scrambles a kick towards half forward. Rising bounce there for Burns to Cole. Chips inside the 50. Lock and low down.
Well, he's just come on, Dennis, to have a crack at the rampaging Brett Burton. And within 30 seconds playing on him, he's got a shot on goal.
Bit fortuitous, let's be honest. I'm not sure that he was the target, but you take him however you can get them when it's 4 goals apiece. It's overshot Anthony Rocker by a good 5 metres.
Rocken, 4-5 for the season. He's gone on the reverse rampage. Chance to kick a goal from about 40 metres out directly in front. To kickstart the Magpies, and he's done it.
Fantastic. Shall we call him now? Sophie, I've got the winner of the competition. There's his number. Oh, he's cute.
Minute into this third quarter. Clark up against Fraser. Fraser got the tap and McLeod was just underneath it beautifully. The kick forward has been marked by Clement. Above John Crock, who goes wide out to Buckley. Buckley has it on centre wing, looks up, gets the lead from Rocker, decides to go further afield. Up towards Cole, who comes out from full forward. Slipping over was Tarrant. Smart had to wait for it. Look for the boundary line. It falls out to Didak into the open goal. He can give it over to Fraser. He does it to half volley. 2 goals to the Pies. 2 minutes of football.
That's a big one, but Adelaide...
Well done, Tarrant initially. Bearing down McLeod. Well picked up Fraser. A good goal.
Buckley, two bounces, 2 clearances.
44 plays 26. It's happened in the twinkling of an eye. Fraser, Boyd, by his own success, into the path of Holland, kicks it towards the 50 once more. Edwards has been very good, wheels around, gets it to McGregor, hesitates, now kicks it out wide. That's Buckley's man. Bickley, one bounce beyond the wing, kicks down towards the attacking 50. Perry did well. shielded the ball, took the mark on his chest.
Has to be offensive when he goes forward, Bickley, if Buckley's going to cut him up like that.
Pops it up towards Carey. Well done, Wakeland. Clement in trouble. Somehow managed to get it up. Well done, Johncock. Springs to his feet, spills to Carey. Tried to bullock his way through. Nothing doing. Held to him, says the umpire. And Carey just a bit lucky. Look at that real passion. Bagging the umpires, any umpire. Obviously, yeah, baggers can't be choosers. Down goes Carey.
Fair enough, there was no chance of getting it out.
Shirley got Buckley, Dermot, his opponent from the first bounce. He's found Buckley again.
There's the bounce then. Clark flicks it down. Lucuria. Buckley once more.
No one to kick to, so he decides to go for as big a kick as he possibly can and find the boundary line, the skipper. And Dennis.
Centimetre perfect, yeah.
Thank you very much. Throw it in on centre wing.
Just saw him cooling his heels late in that second quarter, and he's such a proud man. Big stage against this Adelaide side. As Paul Lucuria is having an evening out, he took the shootout to centre bounce and gave him a bit of a spanking in the middle of the ground.
Saw the body language on Buckley as they walked in, and it wasn't good. He's just angry at being off the ground, so he's really dug in to turn it around here.
Out the back of the pack. Fraser got the handball out to O'Brien, got it out to Woden. Quick hands to Lucuria. He got it off to Johnson, running through the middle. Johnson's kick was a beauty to Burns, who marks inside 50. Scott Burns.
Lined up at centre-half forward at the first bounce of this second half, Ed. And as you notice, if Collingwood can keep cracking it open like this, one of the few times they've come through the centre. Look at the numbers there. 3 and a target running backwards, albeit, but 3 blokes running through the centre where they couldn't get a penetration from in the first half.
From right on 50, Scott Burns. He puts it up in the air, but that's his second behind of the night now. Through for a point. Collingwood by 19 points.
Buckley, Burns, Lucuria, all starting to win footy in the middle of the ground.
Run Adelaide.
Tawney. Dybeck bearing down. 45 plays 26. The margin was 6 points at half-time. Tawney up towards the wing. Almost the mark in front. Not bad. Goodwin had it. Coming away though, Shaw towards half-forward. Burns up, missed the mark. Goes in after the football and proceeds to sit on it. Whistle, ball up.
Very little run, Adelaide. They are a physical team, and they'll just be hoping now this is a really dangerous period for them just to try and physically get at Collingwood.
Plenty of energy with the Magpies, and this man Buckley almost. Now he's got it, surrounded, slips it away to Burns. In space, Fraser going in his third, and he's got it. What a start! Last play to the Magpies.
Hey, Scafey!
Magpies have kicked the last 5 of the game since the 19-minute mark of the second term. Disposals this quarter, 23 Collingwood, 7 Adelaide. 4 of those coming to Buckley. Another one of the Pies, this time O'Brien up towards Rocker. Good punch from behind. Came there from the big man, Biglands. Umpire calls play on, letting it go now, the umpires, and like a bounce at forward 55.
Gee, that's a technique which a lot of players do. Rashudo knows he's going to be tackled. And with the arm, he holds the ball and he cradles up the elbow and thrusts it into the chest of the oncoming player, being Scotty Burns. They hurt as the tackler.
Over the top line, he comes, gives him a good thump forward. McLeod has to beat 3. He's in a bit of trouble. Dragged to the ground, ball up, 40 metres out from the Collingwood goal.
Just a blood here, haven't they?
And they're in the driver's seat, Dermot. You have a look at the goal square, Collingwood's goal square right now, and Lockett is down there. Every opportunity he gets, he goes down and takes Burton away from the action. They're dictating at the moment.
Rocker gets the tap out to Buckley on the left boot. Under pressure, he's kicked it out of bounds on the foot.
Still beautifully read, though, by Buckley.
He's just racking him up here. He's had a dynamic 4 or 5 minutes.
Wasn't coming off for Bassett.
Wasn't the pressure so much. He simply didn't get it in the sweet spot, did he?
Look at this. This is so static for Adelaide.
Burton short. Edwards. In his own defensive area.
That's better. They change it up now.
Burton plays on. That's an interesting kick. Tawney will need to go. How will it bounce? Into the arms of Tarrant, if you don't mind. Looks towards the middle. Dybeck. Well, the bounce. Like a puppy dog. It just came to Tarrant as if he whistled.
Well, this has been full credit to Collingwood for just driving this thing from the word go in the third quarter, but it has to be said, Adelaide have been decidedly unimpressive in this 6-minute period. They've not resisted.
They can't win the footy.
Didak has booted one. Suddenly, an avalanche from Collingwood. This will really hurt. Steers it home. Collingwood on a roll. Didak has 2.
When did you last stop and think about your car?
7 clearances to 1 in favour of the Magpies this quarter.
4 goals in 9 minutes for Collingwood, and have kicked the last 6 of the game. Buckley again out of the centre, up towards Rocker. He gets to the front. Bounce beats him. Now the pressure's on. McGregor did very well, but he's turned the kick over to O'Brien, who decides to kick long. Burns is his target inside 50. Rocker from behind, but Burns was too good for Dowdy and takes the mark. 40 metres out on a pretty tight angle.
That's a good matchup. Push Scotty Burns onto the half-forward line, hard-working player. He's got the white man's disease. He can't jump, but as long as he can stand and deliver against somebody his same size or smaller, like Dowdy, he'll outmark him in the strength test, and that's a good matchup for Collingwood.
10 minutes of football. Buckley's had 6 disposals, 4 clearances. Burns has kicked 2 behinds. He comes in, and this one is just going way out of the way there. Burns just can't get his boot through the ball at the moment. Here's a chance up for Didak. It spills out. Good play by Bassett. Didak wraps him up. And there'll be a bounce in the Collingwood forward pocket about 35 metres out from the goal.
On that white man's disease, he must have bypassed Brett Burton. As we have a look at where this footy has been, it has spent a hell of a lot of time in Collingwood's half.
Biglands knocks it down. Bickley, hurriedly, up towards the wing. Perry takes the heat off it. Buckley once more. This is inspired stuff. O'Brien down towards half-court. Clever. Kicks to space. Burton comes back. Tarrant was up. Collides with Woden. In there is Burns. Hasn't he been active as well? Kept it alive. Johnson, a natural left-footer. No one back in the square. Bounces towards goal. Tawney gets back. In trouble. Well played. Lucuria forces a throw-in. Good result.
Under siege would be the best way to describe it, as Chris Tarrant slow to get up after this collision.
Oh, just had the ankle tucked under again there, I think.
I think he got one in the small of the back as well, there.
Off hands, Rashudo. Touched off the boot, O'Brien. Measures the kick. Will it come back? Hit the post. Third post back, and that was flush.
Shane O'Brien has just played a kick-behind play for this entire third quarter. And he's picked up 3 possessions already, just as the player who is a kick-behind player.
Kicked 16 for Beaufort in underage football. Centre forward one day, Shane O'Brien. I think he'll ever play centre forward again. Not in this lifetime. 2 behinds, his tally tonight.
If they do, if he does, the Magpies are in trouble.
32 points the difference. The kick comes out. Rocker gets back. Oh, that is magnificent stuff. Goes short to Burns. And Scotty Burns will have his 3rd shot at goal for the quarter, which is so far returning just 1 behind.
They can't get it outside their half back line at the moment, Adelaide. They've just been repelled constantly, and every time they do, the runners are only getting halfway down the ground. It comes back in their face, and all. Then you've got Burns on his own, Bree, as you called, running around on his own. Locken's been able to get in behind every now and then. This is a spanking.
Important kick for Collingwood, and Burns. This time it fades again. It just keeps getting them going left to right. And Collingwood just letting Adelaide off the hook a little bit in the last couple of minutes. 3 behinds to Scott Burns.
And Adelaide have not had 1 run to receive off the half-back line. 1 handball receive. It is kicking to a target coming up from the half-forward on every occasion. Collingwood are just chopping it off. Now this, more than likely, will be, it'll go short, and probably a kick to a target at half-forward.
Doughty got it from Rashudo. Long towards half-forward. Cloak intent on destruction. Knocked it down. It comes back to him. Buckley once more. Wheels around. Does he get away? Has a bounce. Like a conga line across half-back. Buckley comes away. Kicks it back to the wing. Bickley goes back. Burns, he's been inspired too. Sends it down towards the pocket. Hangs a long time in the air. Smart. Off his chest across the boundary line. It will be tossed in.
It doesn't matter what size you are to play in a key position, as long as the opponent is of similar dimensions. Scott Burns has had as dominant 8 minutes at centre-half forward as anyone. He's had 7 touches, taken 3 marks. He just can't kick a goal. but he gets it every time it goes near him.
Inside 50 this turn, Collingwood 10, Adelaide 2. Collingwood 7 scoring shots. It could be 8. Lucuria, Loney. It is 8, but not the one they were after.
19 scoring shots now to 6.
Yes. 20 now, Dern. Ticking over to 20. Yep. 8-12 plays 4-2.
That's the first handball in the defensive side of the ground.
Collingwood's last 3 scoring shots have been behind. All from inside the distance. Now it's Smart. And half-back flank.
Rocker folds back.
Bumps it long. Rocker is the third man up. Big fly. Front and square. It's Woden. Got the handball working out to Lucuria. Lucuria's kick is to Holland. Dowdy's over the mark. He'll get called back. Woden. Wide out. Tarrant has led out the centre wing and taken the mark. He's got Reshaw inside for the handball. Decides to go long to Ryan Loney, who has to sit and wait. Bickley bears down on him. Beautiful mark by Ryan Loney, who is a lovely kick.
So Nigel Smart had him and just let him go. Just let him run 15 or 20 metres to the ball. And, you know, he might be just spent, Nigel Smart. Who knows? The footy's been down there long enough, but he's a beautiful kick of the footy, this boy. You wouldn't let him go when he's in this range.
Collingwood have kicked the last 6 goals of the game. Ryan Loney comes in from right on 50 and make that 7 on the top for the Magpies.
Right on top. 66 to 26. Still 9 minutes in this turn. Rucks go at it. Fraser down to Buckley. Dragged off the kick with Curia to the voice of Woden again. Inside 50, remarkable. Edwards couldn't control it. Smart at the back, bounces off Didak. Now he's got a problem. Didak's got the football, hooks it around. Burns is waiting. He's got the mark. 5 metres out.
Marks inside 50. Collingwood 15. Adelaide only 2. Look at this margin. It's going to go straight out to 46 points after this kick from Scotty Burns. The biggest loss this powerful Adelaide team has had for the season has been 18 points.
Burns, 8th possession of the turn. His first goal, he's put it 1-3.
What's the 8 disposals each? Reminiscent of the first game last year at Football Park, Amy Stadium, when Collingwood kicked about 8 goals in the trot in the second quarter, but the Crows came back half. Collingwood have now kicked the last 8 of the game, 6 straight this quarter. Free kick going the Crows' way to Shirley. Ball comes out. Shoeback has to wait. Shaw over the top, knocked it down. McGregor picked it up. Tries to squeeze the kick. Rockin there for Collingwood. Pumps it to the boundary line. Throw in.
12-2 inside 50s. Wayne Carey was playing in the goal square, but the ball just didn't get down there for him to contest. Rashudo's gone to the square now, but they just look impotent.
Big Woden to sweep. Good tap from Fraser down to O'Brien, to Woden. Rocker used his body well. The fall of the ball, pumped it. Dropping the ball, no umpire says, let it go. And we'll have another ball up.
Yeah, we have to say that this ain't no virus that's caused this.
Carey's now gone down to the fence for the Adelaide Crows, playing across half-back as a loose man.
Well, that's where their problems are. I know they can't win it out of the middle, but it's spending most of the time down there, so they've got to fix up their setup out of defence.
Holland over the football. Buckley needed some antlers.
Once again, we'll get the camera pull away a fraction. Look at Woden sit about 10 metres off the pack as we see Gary Ayres ring the changes. There's Woden, right-hand side of screen. And O'Brien, once again, just plays behind the immediate ball.
Shirley, Burton, knocked away by Rocker, though. Down goes Bow. Not bad. Not bad. In a numerical sandwich. Buckley and Holland got him. Scotland back on the ground. McLeod gets the crumb. Didn't look. That should be 50. No, doesn't matter. Cloak took the mark. Officer Shepherd. Wakeland comes away from half-back. Drives it beyond the wing. Cole will need to go. Burton hands to it. Cole did pretty well. Took it about 3. Tawney into the arms of Cole. Down he goes. And a ball up. Nothing going right for the Crows at the moment.
Tough boy, Richard Cole.
Well, Adelaide Crows, they need some leadership here from McLeod, and especially Rashudo just needs to impose himself.
And Buckley doing exactly that. Good tackle from Shirley, though. Ball up. So just under 6 minutes left in the quarter, where Collingwood have kicked 6 consecutive goals. Adelaide Crows have not scored. Collingwood have kicked 6 goals for. 10 scoring shots to zip in this third term, and we've been going for just 20.5 minutes.
Well, you've got Jason Cloak playing the role that he loves to play more than any other, and that is loose across half-back, so the likelihood of Adelaide scoring again is rather slim.
Biglan's against Fraser. Biglan's got the tap, Goodwin got the kick. Locken put his hand up, just took the pace off the ball. Burton off the ground, did well, has the pace. Out come 3 Collingwood players, including Cloak, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. Inside 50 for the Adelaide Crows, and we'll have a throw in, 45 metres out from their goal.
That's Rashudo now. He's sitting at full forward. Only had the 2 possessions this quarter. There's Scotty Burns. Well, he's racked up. He's had 8 possessions at centre-half forward this quarter.
Boundary throw in right on the 50 then. Biglands to Burton. Burton close to the boundary line, tries to thread the needle. Great defence by Wakeland. Hacked out midair by Burton, and Bode. Bode spots a man towards the middle, but Shaw saw him too. Sensing the danger, got across, and now it's 50.
That is the wisest thing to do, that 50. They'd be taking a shot at goal by now if he hadn't have done that.
The bloke out this side of the ground that the Adelaide supporters see, Shane Woden.
Yes, he's got it now inside the 50. Lines up, measures the kick, and misses out to the left. Should have done better. That was good work by Shaw. He got the 50, and he pushed up so much so he was almost getting to the back of Bickler.
Love to see the Brett Burton acrobatics again.
He's a freak, isn't he?
That's about the only high point for Adelaide this quarter.
He's all arms and legs as the kick comes back to fullback. Hard volley. Didak applied the pressure. Goodwin's kick. Didn't quite hit the target, but plenty of room out there for Smart. Smart now has to kick to Edwards. Beautiful kick it was too, and Edwards takes the mark on centre wing. Looks inside and sees only Collingwood jumpers, so he has to transfer play. McLeod is the man, and just as well it was, because it needed somebody with something special. And have a look at that, he just stepped down a gear from 55. He kicks long, but he's missed, and through for a behind.
He almost summed up where they're at the moment. He was just going to kick that under pressure. As we have a look at the Brett Burton, this is a sensational performance. Again, in a minute.
The next one.
The next one, yeah.
Buckley cruising around the outer side. Scotland has it on the wing to Cole. Cole at right half forward. Under 4 minutes till three-quarter time. A pivotal term.
He's got Rocker straight sideways. Neglects him.
Set up for Tarrant. Neither he nor Smart touch the football. Begley gets onto it. Locken takes him down. Awkward bounce for Burton while Woden has it. Releases it to Locken. He tries to go to Burns. Heard the voice of Tarrant. Send away on his left foot. Tries to bounce it through and misses to the near side. But again, just bullocking hard work by the Magpies. 3 behinds to Chris Tarrant.
There it is.
Fair effort.
That is a great pass.
It's 6 goals, 6 this quarter to Collingwood, 1 behind to the Adelaide Crows. John Cox's kick goes up the middle of the ground. McKee and Biglands brought the ground. Beautiful tackle by Brodie Holland. Dr. Peter Larkins is boundary side.
Yeah, Jason Cloak came off at 23-minute mark and went up the race on his own and got followed by the Collingwood club doctor about 30 seconds later. Didn't appear to be anything wrong. He may have just been going to the toilet stop.
Collingwood tackles this quarter, 19, Adelaide 7. Bode on the bottom of the pack will have another bounce 50 metres out from the Collingwood goal.
Carry a loose man, about 35 metres to the left-hand side of this pack, where Woden's had a fair bit of the footy over the last 15 minutes.
Coming up to 25 minutes in this third term. Kicking to the centre of the ground. Tristan Walker for Collingwood, bends down, gets the shepherd. In fact, they were all shepherding there, the Collingwood players. Walker didn't quite know what to do. Shoeback was good, but Wakeland had the experience and then dived in on top of it. And young Tex Walker stuck his head over the pack. On top of Shirley, will have a bounce.
Talk about leadership from Adelaide's point of view, Dermot. Clark and Biglands are the 2 biggest blokes in their team. They have got to start putting their hand up. 1 possession to Matthew Clark, 3 to Biglands. Biglands played defensively more so than Clark, but they're going to start to get some footy and have some physical presence about them.
There's McLeod. No chance for Skipworth. Unkind bounce. Hesitates. Finds it. About 80 metres from goal. Chips it down towards the 50. Woden on the angle. In front of Bigley. Knocks it out of bounds.
Got into their shells. Adelaide.
Shane Woden, 15 possessions tonight. His season's high, 32 against Adelaide back in round 7. McKee, clean possession. Bassett, well, bounced off his chest, goes after it. Not one to give up. Skipworth, 60 metres out. Tries to be very precise. Intended for Perry, waiting behind Walker. Burns, terrific. O'Brien, running hard. Back towards the middle. This is Shaw. Chip over the top. Cole, how will it bounce?
Rocket's got John Cock.
What about coming back to the middle now? He's taken front on. Well done, Tawney. Wins a free kick, holding the ball against Cole. Against the odds, Jason Tawney. Just corralled him and restricted that right arm. Edwards to Bow. Surges inside the 50. The Crows need a goal. And that's a lovely kick.
Six and a half minutes gone. Last Crows goal came at the 17-minute mark of the second term. Collingwood by 41 points, ending a run of 8 goals, consecutive goals for Collingwood. And the skipper, Buckley, wraps up. Skipworth will have another bounce.
Adelaide have had the most midfield disposals of any side in the comp. Right at the moment, Collingwood are belting them. 155 in the middle of the ground, Adelaide 110.
Eyes up. Eyes up.
Inside 50 seconds left in the third term.
Loney's trying to
Second
get
versus
free.
fourth.
Good night.
Big thump forward from Walker. Out comes Rocker. Ball spills. Buckley, look at him go. Stuck his head down. Good play.
Well done.
Lockham got it out to Burns. Burns to Woden over the top to Scotland. Scotland can look inside. Will go for home. He decides to go for home. He's got one with the left foot kick. Kicks the goal for Collingwood.
Well, a couple of changes to this Collingwood side coming in, raised a few eyebrows. Jared Malloy probably more so than Mark McGough. East Scotland has just been biding his time playing in the VFL, and now he's got an opportunity and showed a bit of composure on this occasion and a bit of confidence in his own ability. He's racked up 14 touches. Pretty good return. Mick Malthouse knows this side clearly better than anyone else, and the need for a bit of run perhaps in favour of Malloy and McGough is paying off. They cannot do much wrong at the moment.
11-14, 5-3. This has really been something. Walker, well, that's holding the ball, isn't it? Doesn't matter. Off the boot of Buckley towards the outer side wing. O'Brien, I guess it does matter to some. O'Brien comes back to Johnson, going to the ground to Williams. We're down to 5 seconds. Collins got the football forward of half back, hanging onto it too, and you can see why. Goes to McLeod. He was a good judge. He ran down the clock. It was that sort of quarter. And still Michael Malthouse geeing his players up. Richard Cole that time getting a word or two. Michael Malthouse, he's won 5 out of 6 against Adelaide since taking over at Collingwood. He looks set for number 6 tonight. This is Collingwood's best third quarter this season. 11-14, 5-3. Friday night football, Magpies.
Adelaide.
Led by Lou Richards, and all life members in attendance tonight. All the big names of the Collingwood Football Club in attendance here at the Telstra Dome. And the 2003 version have done them proud, turning a 6-point lead at half-time to a 47-point lead at three-quarter time, kicking 7 goals 6 to 1 goal 1 in that all-important third term. The goal kickers for Collingwood, Fraser has 3, Rocker and Didak 2 each. Scott Burns kicked 1 goal 3, Loney, Scotland and Lochan. And for Adelaide, singles to Perry Doughty, Burton, Bode and John Cock.
They would be enjoying what they're watching, no doubt about it. Mick Moldhouse had plenty to say at three-quarter time, all positive, I'd imagine. That is unheard of in footy, that one there. 21 minutes in Collingwood's half of the ground. That's total dominance, and the scoreboard reflects it. And one of the reasons is the way they went forward. They went down the middle, Dermot, 8% of the time the first quarter they got 1 goal. 7% of the time in the second quarter they got 3 goals. 40% of the time in the third quarter they got 7.
Yeah, I mean, it's plainly evident there. That first half, 26 times inside forward, 50, only 3 of those came from down the corridor.
Let's go to Tony Jones, boundary side.
Yeah, good on you, Eddie. Thanks for that. Well, obviously, Gary Ayres very, very disappointed at that three-quarter time huddle. No ranting or raving, though. He was pretty cool, calm and collected there. He doesn't believe the task is beyond them, but clearly he has thrown down the challenge. More on Jason Cloke a little later too, boys.
Final term, Friday night football. Buckley, as he did to start the third term, digs it out of the middle, down towards half forward. Interesting, running in tandem there. Goodwin and Burton, they combine. Burton comes across the ground. Begley goes back. Well played by Woden. Wonderful balance by Woden. Went after it, kept on his feet, hooks it down towards the pocket. Awkward one for Bassett. Crossed the boundary line with Loney as we go down to the boundary line on the dock.
Yeah, Jason Cloke has returned. Playing a Wayne Carey in this quarter. He did spend time in the rooms by himself. Paul Blackman, the doctor, gave him the all clear. So whether it was upset tummy or anything else, he looks fine now.
Thrown in. Didak, Scotland, dragged down. Finishes up on top of the footy. We'll have a bounce inside the attacking 50.
Paul Lucuria is having a huge night tonight as well. And he has had 27 disposals so far in this game to three-quarter time. His best effort this year was 30. His best effort ever was last year in the qualifying final when he had 40. Out it comes to Heath, Scotland. Runs round, finds a bit of space on the left boot. High in the air. Tarrant's out there, smart from behind, off the hands of the pack. McLeod, just the man you want to have with the ball in this crisis. And look at the kick. Beautiful one to Begley.
Hasn't actually spotted him up all that well tonight, but he's the silky mover, isn't he? And you called the Rashudo, and it was Lucuria match-up ed at half-time. Lucuria had 22. Rashudo, his direct opponent till then, had 12.
Biglan's now, as the Crows go forward. A thumping kick from Biglan's inside 50, off the hands of the pack. They've got the run of the ball here, the Crows. Carey's in amongst it. Wakeland for Collingwood does it well. Grabbed and taken to the ground. Umpire sweating on it. We'll have a ball up at forward 50 for the Crows.
We pay a lot of tribute to the midfield and the forwards for Collingwood, but gee, their defence, it's kept Adelaide to 5 goals, and this Adelaide forward line has been functioning pretty well in recent weeks.
White, the big tap. Out it comes to O'Brien, who's been fantastic tonight. Inside, pickpocketed there, beautifully played by Tawney from 48 metres out. It's a long kick of a goal, and they've got the all-important first of the final term, the Adelaide Crows.
Finished up with a footy, not so much a plan as non-field sobriety test, but somehow he got it and kicked a goal. Adelaide fans liked it. McLeod knocks it down towards half forward, goes and gets his own ball. Ball played, gets through. Well, half smothered off the bird Cloak in the opposite direction to Shaw. Kicks towards half forward. Was that a push in the back? I thought it may have been.
Careful. Yeah, much better match up that one. Goodwin on to Burns. Burns just absolutely towed up Doherty.
Goodwin. Shoeback, who's on the wing.
Wasn't he in Star Wars?
Shoeback?
Bit harsh on the other fella. No, Shoeback or something.
Big bear bloke.
Oh. Not a good kick. Perry trying to wrestle it away from him. Williams. Perry tries to dig it out. Shoeback keen to make amends. Picks it up. Hand passes towards goal. Loney collides with Shirley. Skipworth takes a tumble. It's all held in. And we'll have a bounce about 55 metres out from Adelaide's attacking goal.
Walking freely, Samo Woden, and that's...
Just twings the groin a little bit there.
Yep.
I think he's still looking for that ball he had in his hand until Jason Tawney just stole it. From the tap, Williams goes in, he's stripped of the ball. Bode runs into a brick wall called Steve McKee, and we'll have a ball up.
Did he not see him?
Didn't matter much.
Not much to be seen there, Dave.
I think it looked worse than it was.
Yep. 55 out from the Crows' goal. Big thump from Biglands. Tawney tried to head it down to his teammate. Holland to Buckley. Just got the toe tag on it. Actually nutmegged McKee. Beautiful tackle by McKee, though. And Scotland did well. Bit of basketball finessing there. Pickpocketed again was Woden.
Actually doing all right here at the moment, Adelaide.
Yeah, the Crows are going to get it. They're putting the pressure on Collingwood. It's early days in this final quarter just yet for a team like the Adelaide Crows. And the free kick from the turnover goes the way of Begley.
It's highly unlikely they can win from here, Gary, but they will put the blowtorch on Adelaide.
Rocker intercepts for Collingwood, though, from the kick. Didak lurking with intent. Was he pushed in the back? No, says the umpire. Crows have got the numbers. They're going to get away with this as it comes out to McGregor, who goes further afield. Out towards Skipworth, who's got the ball on centre wing.
It's down towards half forward. Shows a lot of it for sure. Almost a spectacular mark. Up the top he went. Bode feeds it back. Skipworth once more. Chips it down towards the 50, but short of the intended. It was a typo. He was looking for Begley. He got Buckley.
Two shocking blues from young Skipworth. Got to use the footy better than that.
Buckley's kick around the outer side. Wasn't too happy with it. Didn't look the end result. Shirley's got it. O'Bree's got him. Down he goes.
He had a chance.
Ball up.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, boys. I thought he had a chance. He knew what he was doing.
Locken goes to the goal square, takes Burton away from the play once again.
Here's the bounce. Jason to the boundary line. Rocker. Knocked away by Tawney. Scotland taken high. Will get the free kick. Forward of the wing. Bounces back. Eyes darting. Now O'Bree. It's been handy.
Big McKee's by himself.
Johnson, Buckley, Holland. Can use McKee or kick a goal himself or kick it behind himself. Chooses the latter.
Just the one with Locken and Burton. It just is a bit of an example of where this game's at. I mean, they've been dictated to since half-time. Adelaide, they should be working hard to keep Burton in amongst them.
45,367 as Buckley intercepts and then goes hard at it again. Good play. It comes out to Johnson from Rocker. Inside to Holland, who had to tackle the fumbles. Good tackle, though, from Biglands. There's a throw and the umpire's picked it. It'll go to Brodie Holland in the centre of the Telstra Dome.
All he had to do was hold it to his body and go to ground because he had no prior opportunity.
Well, Woden has it, 55 out from goal. Swings back on the left boot. Cole has stuck out the back door. He has Scotland on at centre-half forward. Burns leads to the pocket. Rocker, Tarrant all leading, all ignored. Didak now runs to the pocket. And still the ball stays with Shane Woden. Decides to kick it long. Miskicks it. Williams couldn't hold it. It spills out the back to Burns, to O'Bree. Another goal to the Magpies.
Shane O'Bree averaging 17 possessions a game this season, up from 15 last season, down from 21 in 2001.
Bad pie, I think.
Yes, he needs to come down. 12-15, 6-3. Collingwood meeting every challenge. McKee, aided by Holland. Now Woden, aided by the bounce initially. Here's Begley. Gets a hand pass away to McLeod. McLeod running towards half forward. Chips down towards Perry. Stretches, juggles the mark.
Well, that's their first mark inside 50 for the second half.
So Perry, about 15 metres in from the boundary line. And about 35 metres out. Margin 48 points. Happened tonight very quickly when it happened. Collingwood surging, swamping Adelaide immediately after half-time. Inspired by Buckley and Burns. Perry, good kick. His second goal.
Ian Perry gets his second goal. The margin 42 points, just under 12 and a half minutes left in the final term. Round 20 action on Friday Night Football. Ball comes out to centre wing, and the Crows have got all the running. Begley picks up. Now he looks up, Schuback leads and leads well, and there's a beautiful lead, a lovely kick from Begley.
See that? I mean, mostly experienced players are able to do that, a lead away on an angle away from the ball carrier. Takes some footy smarts and nous to do that.
Jacob Schuback, taken to pick 59 in the 2001 draft, originally from Sale, played with the Gippsland Power in the under-18s. Has played football in the sandful with Glenelg. From outside 50, it's a thumping kick.
Nice action.
And the Crows have kicked 2 goals on the trot for the first time since the 17-minute mark of the second quarter.
Cliff will tell us shortly how many young men have kicked a goal with their third kick in football. 12-15, 8-3. Here's McLeod. Gets a hand pass away to Begley. Well, Woden takes him down. That's got to be holding it. It is. Great tackle. He's been very good tonight, Shane Woden.
Especially after half-time. I've got a feeling young Schuback mightn't be in number 38 for too many years.
Tarrant gathers the bouncing ball to Buckley from 45. Right from behind Johncock. Reduced to the role of spoiler, knocks it across the boundary line.
Yeah, what makes it more impressive is that Chris Tarrant hasn't had a super night. He's been solid enough, but hasn't really set the world on fire. Kicked 3 behinds, hasn't been able to register a major. Anthony Rocker was very good early, but you know, he's kicked a couple of goals, but all clear.
Buckley behind.
And that man was quiet in the first half, but I think he and Burns as much as anyone in that about a 10-minute period just cracked it wide open.
Magpies by 37 points. John Cock has to put the brakes on. Tawney ran to the space. Good play. Ran off. Crows have been good. They've outscored Collingwood 3 goals to 1 in this last quarter. Perry couldn't quite hold it over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in.
Important slap on the wrist there on Ian Perry's hands, on his wrist as he laid the hands on the ball. Let's have a look at the disposals there, and quarters 2 and 3, they have been smacked, Crows, especially in the midfield, disposal-wise.
Throw in inside the 50. Bigland just thumps it forward. Perry just knocked it forward with his shins. Scotland to Woden. Handballing to Clement. To Woden. Out to Licurio. Licurio back to Woden. Not much on offer, so he goes long out to centre wing, and the kick was a beauty to Alan Didak. Didak back on the left. Has Brody Holland running in. Chris Tarrant. Tarrant calls him on. Smart did it beautifully, though. Knocked it down to the ground. Picked up by Bassett. Gets the handball to McLeod. McLeod under pressure. His kick was a beauty to Bode. Bode in the middle of the Telstra Dome. Inside to Edwards. Edwards runs around now. On the right boot. A long thumping kick up towards full forward position. Good play by Clement. At the back. It's picked up by Cloak, who's had a great night tonight. Cloak with a sweeping handball. Out to Burns on defensive 40. Running in and out of trouble. He's turned it over. Here's a chance now for Skipworth as he kicks to the goal square. Thumped off the hands there of Woden over the line for a rush behind. Tony Jones, boundary side.
Well, as Collingwood look forward now to next week's showdown with Sydney, the Adelaide Crows tackle the Kangaroos. That match already a virtual sellout at Amy Stadium, and no prizes for guessing helped along by the fact that Carey up against his former teammates again. Don't know if it'll be quite the same emotion as what we saw here earlier in the year, but interesting all the same, Ed.
Carey's opponent tonight, Jason Cloak's had 15 disposals, 3 marks, and on 6 occasions rebounded outside of 50.
They made a long kick towards the outer side. Locken, Burns, Buckley, and now Scotland from half back. Chips it up towards the wing. Fraser kicks towards the 50. Storming up the ground is Rocker. Gathers the bouncing football. Gets a hand pass away to Johnson. Goes from 60. Well, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Licurio to diving, open goal, gets it. His third.
So the margin back out to 42 points, and bad news, Burton, who has,
ankle plugged a bit.
The knee, of course, he's had so much knee problem. We'll go down to the dock in a moment. Pete Larkins will have a very good look at that. Brett Burton has been probably Adelaide's, well, certainly in the best 3 today. Tonight. Easily their best, says Gary Lyon. As it comes out to Bode, who ducks his head. Caught one in the mush. Play-on, says the umpire. Kicks it out wide. And Tawney's been one of the better players for the Crows tonight as well.
Perry looking for space.
Tawney from outside the 50. It's a thumping kick. And Tawney's kicked 2 for the turn. A fair hit.
9 marks. Been good at both ends. Biglands and Fraser. Biglands to his own advantage. Big man like a locomotive. Smothered off the boot though by Loney. It ricochets inside the 50. Wakeland grabs it. Picks it up wide. Intended for Buckley. It bounces very high in the air. Stays in. Shirley. Heard the voice. Goes to Goodwin. Still a bit rusty. Back to Shirley. Wow, look at that. Surrounded by Magpies. Burns lays a tackle on Licuria. And the umpire wants it. Johnson was scuffling wide.
Shirley has a free kick against Shirley. Dave? Surely you must be joking. Surely it can't be serious. Surely I am. He put the ball to ground when he got tackled.
There's the bats. Biglands to Bow. Corney. Narrow shooter. Very quiet in the second half. Probing kick. Perry. Edged under the ball by Wakeland. Arriving quickly McLeod. Well done by Clement. Worked him off the line of the footy and paddled it across the boundary line as we go down to the dock.
Yeah, update on Brett Burton, the knee injury, Dennis, they've just had a very quick look at it. They've iced it up. Mainly the medial ligament, which is the inside one and around his kneecap. So looks like he's just given it a bit of a flick there and stretched it. They didn't actually examine it in great detail. They'll look at him after the game, I think.
Bigland's a beautiful tap. Edwards tries to flick it out to Rashudo. Kicked his head over the ball. Did it beautifully. Edwards, high up and under. Won't be a score. Getting back as Wakeland knocks it through for a rush behind.
The other good positive for Collingwood is that they've got another game under James Clement's belt. Heard him interviewed through the week, said he struggled with the tempo.
He's got to be 5 metres away. Take the kick again.
Will make a massive
He's
difference.
got to be 5 metres away before he can go.
Ball goes back there to Ryan Loney, but James Clement said he struggled with the tempo a lot last week, having missed a lot of footy with a hamstring, but he's looked pretty solid tonight. He had Burns under control early. He's doing the job now on Mark Rashudo.
Running into form as Ryan Loney has the ball. Beautiful kick. Gets a lead from Buckley. Out wide on the outer side. Decides to go short to Paul Licuria for his 30th disposal tonight. Paul Licuria.
I reckon he's over his calf strain.
It's been a very big month for the Crows. Let's not forget that. They've had to travel twice over to Perth. Coming off the win last week over there. The first time anyone from outside of West Australia has won at Subiaco, and of course the flu during the week. Begley handles over the top.
Possession for Carey.
And it was a beautiful possession too, and spots up Goodwin. And the Crows have certainly fought on in this last quarter. This will be their 5th goal if he can kick it.
Anthony Rocker's still doing. Yeah, I mean, it's great vision by Carey. Only the 3 possessions. He lowered his colours to the junior in Cloak, but I tell you what, he was fantastic, Cloak, but you just still see there Wayne Carey's vision. It's extraordinary, isn't it?
Should kick it. Good one. And he does. His first. Missing 5 weeks, 16 possessions tonight, a career high 39 against Collingwood, round 14, 2002. Edwards digs it out of the middle, goes to Begley. Begley from 53. Oh, this is interesting. He's kicked the goal on the run. James Begley.
I tell you what, this Adelaide team, I mean, let's be honest, they're not going to win. 23 points. They're 23 points down. Well, perhaps there is time if they're good enough, but they can't. They can't kick 10 goals in a quarter against Collingwood. I mean, Mick coaches too early. He can put the shutters up. But you look at them, McLeod picks the ball up when it comes back over the crowd. He's not waiting for the turnaround post. He's booting it back to the centre. They just think that we are a chance here, a half chance.
And Mark Rashudo made a bit of a statement there, and a bit of a Buckley-like statement in the 3rd quarter.
Just plenty of time left in this game. That goal came 10 seconds of game time after the last one, so suddenly the clock is out of action, and Biglands is getting the hit-outs for the Adelaide Crows. This game is well and truly alive as it comes out to Lockin for Collingwood around the body. The Magpies have gone to sleep. They've kicked the last 3 of the Adelaide Crows, and 5 of the last 6 goals of this game, all of them in 11 minutes of football.
The odds of a team kicking 10 goals against Collingwood in 1 quarter it's remote.
What was that jacket if they get rolled in?
I reckon Joffa might just loosen the top button right about now.
Holland gets it inside 50 for Collingwood. Out they come. Burns has been fantastic. Gets it over to O'Brien. O'Brien kicks to the goal square. And gets Is through for a point. Might have just clipped the post. No, just straight through for a point.
Andy Pons.
And Shonabri has now kicked 1 goal 3. 30 scoring shots to 16, and the margin, as you can see,
that's the middle,
is just 24 points.
Has
It's
opened
only
up.
4 goals and 6 minutes of play, or 5.5 minutes of play left in the game. Johncock, full of running, runs past 2 Collingwood players, kicks out to the wing position. This is a vital possession. Clement gets there first, keeps it in play. No, he doesn't. He heads for the boundary line over for a throw-in.
Well, the next goal is absolutely the most critical. I mean, 3 goals and everyone starts to get a bit nervous. A lot of footy to Adelaide in this last quarter. If Collingwood are able to get it, then 5 goals would be too much.
Free at the boundary throw-in.
Walker, big run, big fist. No Bree, onto the loose ball, tries to go to Buckley. About 55 metres out, Buckley feeds it back towards the middle of Curia. From 45, lines up, and that does it. This burst.
How appropriate that it's that man, Paul Curia, that puts the full stop to it. He has been sensational from the word go. There was always a bit of a rush and roulette. Both sides, well, certainly Adelaide had to throw everything at it to try and get there, and just threw it on the boot beautifully, did Paul Curia, and rode it home. And what an evening he has had. He is racking up the touches. 31 in fact. 5 marks.
A season-high 31 disposals for Paul Curia, the 2-time Copeland Trophy winner of 1 step. Right through the middle of the goals, the Collingwood fans rejoice. 30 points the margin, 5 goals up with 5 minutes to play. Biglands again, went in, almost cleaned up by his teammate in Edwards. Holland put his head over the ball, Beckley, little toe poker, came at the Clement. Nice handball out to O'Brien, looping handball out to Shaw. Not much to go to, so Shaw goes close to the boundary line to Lucuria, and the ball stumped over by Rashudo for a throw-in centre wing.
And Mark Rashudo has almost been the form player of the competition in the past 6 weeks as well, along with Nathan Buckley, 1 or 2 others. So it's a fair scalp for Paul Curia.
On centre wing, Bassett got the tap. O'Brien got a hand on it, got it out to Lucuria again. Inside 50, the kick goes up towards Burns. Couldn't quite get it on the half volley, then had to go a second time. He's wrapped up by McGregor. And Goodwin will have a bounce, 40 metres out from the Collingwood goal. We've played 25 minutes in the final term, just under 4.5 minutes left in the game. It's Collingwood by 30 points.
Nobody in the goal square, so if they get a quick break here, it's going to be an open goal syndrome.
There's the bounce then. Biglands knocked it down. Smart fell over. Buckley, good balance, feeds it back. Locken, ambitious. Walker being forced away from goal. Now an opportunity. Potato to Loney. Loney kicks it close to the boundary line. Good judgment. McGregor takes the mark. Plays on to Bassett. Remarkable, it got down to 4 goals.
It gets worse, and McLeod's injured here as well. Boys, I think he's just caught one above the ear, bit of blood.
Short one to Smart.
I take that back to Johnny Burns.
Off his step, wonderful mark, diver. Touched by whom? Surely. Surely not.
Wow. He's right the first time, my apologies.
Well, there is some healthy debate out there. Don't overstep the mark, he says.
That's all right. That's okay.
Was that a pun from the umpire? Humour, late in the game. Look the mark. There goes the kick from Rocker, and he kicks it behind. Well, we would like to see that again, as they say in the classics. Watch this. No, umpire's got it wrong.
Mark every time.
Of course it's a mark.
Yep. He called it early.
Yes. Just over 3 minutes now. Bassett breaks away.
As you'd call it, Dennis, a premature adjudication.
Nice one, doing. Smart up towards the wing. Shaw came over the top, slaps it down. Burns, too slick for Bode. Loney got him. Shirley tracks it, finds it, tries to lay it off to Skipworth. Trying to side foot it was Walker. Then goes Burns again. Walker, plenty of intent in there. Locken wrapped up. McGregor to Carey. Carey goes after it, but a little slowly. And we'll have a ball up down towards left half forward.
McLeod caught one there before. The camera cut to Ronnie Burns. Just confused me a little bit. My apologies there, but McLeod just got a little knock. Holland in and under. Good play by Begley, who's been effective tonight. Last Kerry. Kerry again sets it up to the hot spot. Locken comes through. His shoe back over the top of the board, spills out for Shaw. Blind turns out of trouble, then gets it out to Lacuria. Lacuria has a bounce, looks up. Long lead from Scott Burns. That's where the kick's going, right down his throat. A magnificent kick. Burns got down low and took it. 65 out. Pies want one more. A long kick, setting up for Tarrant and Rocker in the goal square. That was a mark. And big Anthony Rocker, who's kicked 2 goals too, will line up from 5 metres out.
He's puffing and blowing hard, Anthony, because he covered a fair bit of ground to get back for that one. And he'll enjoy this. He'll take his time. He'll take a few big breaths. Someone's thrown something over the fence there. There's the plastic bottle.
It would have been beeping too. He beeps when he goes back, Anthony Rocker.
Yeah, he's a big lad, isn't he?
I can tell you this. A lot of Collingwood supporters behind the goals there looking to see who threw that plastic bottle on.
Yeah, it's a very game. Silly person.
Yeah, no good.
Silly person, damn it.
Anthony Rocker
Don't call me that.
from point blank range to make the margin. 37 points. Kicks his third.
He's been good, Anthony Rocker. He was pretty dangerous early in the piece, and I think the most impressive thing about Anthony is that, well, there goes that fool that threw the plastic bottle over, and he's probably better off getting out now before the siren goes.
I reckon they drag him past that Collingwood crowd there, and they might just belt him.
Not out yet.
The gap between his best and worst is narrowed, Anthony Rocker, which is good.
So Collingwood have kicked away again, late goals. If we go looking for the best player for the Crows, I would imagine Nigel Smart's got to be pretty high as well. He's done a heck of a job down there on Tarrant.
Absolutely.
There's Holland to the outside of the boot, going back, missed by McGregor, bounces on its point, taken by Bassett. It's the hand pass away. Goodwin kicks it up to midfield and Burns. He's running. Position 4. Under a minute 30. Burns kicks inside the 50. Too easy for Wakeland. Got a big fist on it. Shoeback needs to be careful. They do arrive quicker in the AFL. Jarred out of there. Begley's got it. Pulls it back towards the middle. Oh, good clutch. Not so much a mark as a clutch. Like he was going after an avocado.
One of the really good games of the season, this one, from Paul Lacuria.
Yep. Talking about Tarrant, 12 disposals, 3 behinds. It's been down there a lot, particularly since half-time. Lacuria to Cole. Inside the last minute. A big match. And Collingwood have prevailed. And this man provided the spark. Down in the first half, but he's a champion.
Round 8 was the last time that Adelaide had more than 100 points kicked against them, and that was against Brisbane. And their biggest losing margin for the year is 18 points, currently at 37. So this is one out of the box for Collingwood, and just as much one out of the box for Adelaide as well. That man is resolute. I don't want to go. Come on, sir.
I saw nothing.
Yes.
Sergeant Schultz.
What bottle? Here's the bounce. 9 seconds of the game. McGregor, high ball, pitches right on the wing. Loney knocks it forward. Quick away by Barnett to Loney on the final siren. The spiral goes on its way, drifting back. It's stopped in time. It matters not. Collingwood, big winners on football's biggest stage. Friday night football. The Magpies 15-18. Adelaide 11-5.
A 37-point win to the Collingwood Football Club, with 3 goals to Alan Dyback, Anthony Rocker and Josh Fraser, and Bradley 2 each to Tawney and Perry. Magpies led by 47 points. Crows really had to go in the final term, no doubt about that, but in the end Collingwood kicked the last 2 goals to run out winners by 37 points, with Paul Lacuria having a night out with 54 disposals and a goal.
Yeah, they snuck up a bit in that last quarter, Eddie, and when that goal was kicked after that centre bounce there inside 10 seconds, you thought there was some sort of a chance. But you talk about the great centre-half forwards in the competition. I'm not sure whether Scott Burns would spring to mind, but he's down on the ground with Tony Jones.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's been a terrific year for Scotty personally. We'll get onto that in just a tick. But in terms of this game, a pretty handy one to get across the line with.
Yeah, it was pretty important. They were game clear and got a tough one the next few weeks with Sydney and Essendon. But a little bit disappointed at the end when we could have really get our percentage up. They were 8% ahead of us before tonight, but they'll probably still be a bit above us.
It was even Steven virtually at half-time. What was Mick's message at the break? Because you came out with all guns blazing, didn't you, in the third term?
Yeah, we did. I thought we were starting to turn things around. You know, in 4-8 we had 12 shots to, I don't know, it's been 6 at half-time, and it's just a matter of, making the most of our opportunities.
All right, and top 4 spot, I mean, it's looking pretty juicy at the moment for you, isn't it?
A lot of work to do yet. Sydney next week going to be really tough up there, so we'll see how we go.
What about yourself, Scotty? Would you put it down? It's got to be one of your best years, if not the best for you?
Well, it's just good to be consistent, each week, get out there and play and train, and more importantly, though, hopefully we get another top 4 spot again and go from there.
All right, good luck, Scott. All right,
Tony Jones with Scott Burns, a stalwart of the Collingwood Football Club, and as Tony said, having one of his best seasons, married earlier in the year. And Gary Ayres, Dermot, a great friend of yours. Certainly the Crows came to play. Let's not forget they have had some problems with the flu during the week and have had a very tough month. It was a big ask, wasn't it? They've won 7 of their last 8 and lost 1 by a point. They've been up for a while.
What you can draw over 19 weeks is a consistency in a performance. And the biggest losing margin was 18 points. Tonight, 37 points, so that's an aberration. They'd look at it as an aberration. It is 1 out of 20 where they've been blown away. As he looks up at the crowd there, and I recognised that look when he walked down from the steps. Somebody said something to him, sang the song, and he stared back for a second and put a jumper on him and get that stare at you, you're in trouble. But he's the coach now, and he'll have to go back, and as Alan Jeans used to say, he'll have to go away and lick his wounds and come out the next week firing.
So the Magpies go in, having defeated Adelaide in front of 45,367 at the Telstra Dome on Friday Night Football. The final scores, Collingwood 15-18, 108, Adelaide 11-5, 71. We'll come back to wrap up right after this and sing the song. This is Friday Night Football, AFL on 9.
to you by CGU. We put the U in CGU.
Good evening. Qantas is seeking another $1 billion of cost savings and says it will split into 3 separate companies. Qantas tipped to report a second-half loss of $16 million next week. Department store David Jones said fourth-quarter sales down 2.8% and confidence in Main Limited after it announces the sale of private hospitals. The dollar steady, and so was the market.
You're not the same as the person next door. You might have less, you might have more. So when the time comes to insure, we've got plans for you. We've got plans for cars, big and small, household, farms, business and all. Your agent or broker knows the score. We've got plans for you.
Whoever you are, whatever you do, we put the U in CGU.
Are you flat out trying to flip your mattress? Does your partner bounce with joy when you sit on the bed? Well, they're here. They're new and no flip too. They are Dreamlander, and they are sensational. There are slat-based versions and conventional ensembles. Why not select a headboard? And right now, save up to $600 on queen-size ensembles, up to $500 on queen-size mats. So if your old bed is no flipping good, try Dreamland's new no-flip bed. But only at Dreamland, all stores.
Every
Check this out.
It's Blockbuster's big DVD sale with brand new DVDs for only $14.95. Like There's Something About Mary and Men of Honor. Plus a huge range of ex-rental DVDs from $9.95. This weekend only. Make it a Blockbuster night.
This ad is about nothing, because that's all you'll pay on furniture and electrical at Myer until August 2004. No deposit, no repayments, and no interest for 12 months when you spend $500 or more. Conditions and exclusions apply. See in store. Hurry, ends August 18.
Fabulous gadgets, fantastic results.
This is a really good tool.
In the backyard or in the kitchen, and at home with the boys from the block.
Take a breath, for God's sake.
Perks Backyard, special night, 7:30 Saturday.
Everyone's talking about it.
What about Waz's laugh?
Calling a bad asthma attack.
Oh,
it's annoying.
The series final of the block, 6:30 Sunday on 9.
Anthony Rocker enjoying life there on his 27th birthday. No, not 27th, 24th birthday, I think Dennis said earlier. I'll just check the...
37, he's been around that long.
Yeah, and turning 50 on Sunday, the coach. You'll enjoy that one tonight, no doubt about that. And Collingwood have got up there by 37 points at the end of the day. It was a pretty good effort. At three-quarter time, the Magpies led by 47. Adelaide really got going and, in fact, got within 23 points at the 21-minute mark of the final quarter before Collingwood kicked the last couple. Anthony Rocker had a big night. 3 goals. Josh Fraser, 3 goals. Alan Didak, 3. And the multiples for Adelaide, Perry and Tawney with 2 apiece. Let's go down to Tony Jones. He's with the man who racked up 34 disposals for a season high, the 2-time Copeland Trophy winner. He kicked a goal as well, Paul LaFuria.
Well, Paul, congratulations. Terrific effort tonight by the team in general and you personally.
Yeah, no, it was a good win tonight. I thought our third quarter made a big difference. We come out pretty hard and kicked a few goals in a row, which was good.
And now there were a lot of speculation through the week about your calf. You didn't look like a bloke that was carrying too much of a calf problem tonight.
No, it was good as gold tonight. So, you know, I had some work done on it during the week and it came pretty well.
You were a little bit iffy there on the Tuesday even though, weren't you? Were you a bit worried yourself?
Oh, look, no, not really. I mean, the guys, the medical staff down here were pretty good. They gave me a couple of days off to rest it up and they come up pretty good during the week. So, no, it was good as gold tonight.
Doesn't get any easier from here on, doesn't it? Sydney and Sydney next week.
Yeah, we've got a pretty tough run home. Here we go up to Sydney to play the Swans, and I'm not sure, they've lost a few in a row now, but, you know, they've been playing pretty good all year, and it's going to be pretty tough up there for us.
Now, we don't want to preempt anything, but you'd have to figure pretty highly in Gary Lyons' votes. What do you reckon you deserve tonight?
Oh, I don't know, mate. Team effort tonight, I think.
Let's predict a 9 for you, eh? Righto, good on you, Paul.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Good on you, Paul LaCuria there, and Anthony Rocker, 26 years of age today. So happy birthday to Big Pebbles.
You would have been very happy with 24, Anthony Rocker, I reckon.
He's winding back the clock. He keeps telling me he's 24. Maybe he just wants that extended contract.
He might do the Banksy. He'd wind it back once every 1 year every 3 years. By the time he retired, he was younger than when he started.
Well, that was like, I went to see Dennis Banks play football in the finals. I was at primary school, and by the time I finished, I was reporting on his farewell. I was older than him. Worked that out. He must have been 7 when he played in the final series.
They were fantastic.
He's getting better as he gets older, if he is younger, but he's getting better.
He's learning, though. Anthony Rocker's really learning how to place himself in a game when he's not overexerting himself and still be effective, too. So he was very good once again up forward. All right, let's go back to Tony Jones. He's with the coach who's celebrating a milestone birthday on Sunday himself, Mick Malthouse.
How many years have we racked up, Mick?
Too many. Far too many in this game, I'll give you the tip.
Well, you'd be feeling a little younger than you would have been if you had lost this match, that's for sure. But
it's good. We've got a function on tomorrow night with one of the catering groups in the club, and it's. I think since I've been at the club, I think it's the first time we've won before that. This would have been their last event ever if we hadn't won tonight. So no, it's good for them, and it's great for the club.
Some terrific individual performances tonight, but from an all-round team point of view, you're pretty happy with that?
I was delighted in the intensity. I thought, given the 2 weeks, if you took a line through both and said, well, why one and why not the other. Well, it's pretty evident that our intensity today was much better than last week, and perhaps the 6 weeks winning, the previous 6 weeks may have just not flattened us, but may have lulled us into it'll just happen. And today we couldn't afford to think that, because at stake, there's a lot at stake.
Mick, very gratifying to beat Adelaide by more than double their greatest losing margin for the year. You must have been very happy with the way Scotty Burns went when he moved to centre half forward. He was fantastic against Doty when he dragged him back there.
Well, you've named one player. I thought that during the course of the game we had most players were able to contribute, and I think...
No doubt.
And in their own ways. I didn't think Scott played a particular good first quarter, and he was able to get back and play a better role in the second half. Or you can see that he only had one possession, I think, in the first quarter. I guess with the availability of O'Brien in Scotland, and Buckley and Lucuria, Woden and Loken and Williams were able to throw the centre line around a fair bit, which gave us just that little bit more than that we had last week, certainly.
Was that the reasoning, Mick, behind Jared Malloy, and Mark McGough, just a bit more flexibility and run through the middle of the ground?
I said to the players when we come back from the break, which was 8 weeks ago now, it's always been my philosophy. I think it would need to be spelt out that it's horses for courses. We're always going to be picking a side the way I like to play football, or like to think my side plays football, and that is to be horses for courses, and someone's going to fall out and someone's going to come in from out of left field, and I think it worked today. So, but for everyone that works, quite often they don't. So today we end up winners because of it.
You mentioned the intensity, Mick, and then after half-time, you were just so at them in the first half. The pressure was great from both teams. You cracked them open and you got a lot more penetration into the forward line, down the corridor of the ground.
Yeah, I don't think you win a game in one quarter, mind you, saying that we got blown away last first quarter against Brisbane, but Adelaide are the best starting side in the competition, and I wasn't overly interested in the scoreboard. I think the scoreboard's only reflective when the siren goes at the end. So it was important, though, that we had established what we intended to do by quarter time, and I think under those circumstances, even though we trailed by a couple of points, we had 6 shots on goal as opposed to 3. So I think therein we were able to fulfil the first part of our mission, and the second part, I thought we started to get on top in the second quarter, and it came together in the third quarter.
All right, Mick, we'll let you go there, mate, and have a good day on Sunday.
I certainly will, Ed. I can give you the tip right now.
Good on you, mate. Happy birthday.
Thanks very much.
All right, let's get the votes and see who might just take that magnificent Holden for the end of the year prize.
Tony Jones was preempting my votes, but it was a 9 game, no doubt about it.
9 points?
Yeah, absolutely. Burns and Buckley, I thought were the two that just... I know what Mick was saying, they're quiet in the first half, but you've got to give it to the blokes who can turn a game and win it for them. And Jason Cloke's effort to keep Wayne Carey quiet early, but also win the footy was really impressive. Could have had Shaw, could have had Smart, Burton as well, but they were the 4 I went with.
All right, then there's Gary Lyons' votes, and this is the magnificent car, the Holden Player of the Year. We'll drive away in the all-new SS Commodore. Key features including the powerful V8 Holden engine, 4-speed automatic transmission, in-dash CD player. And talking about dash, have a look at that, Tim. You'd have been fantastic in the old nightclub days, pulling up in that magnificent car. As well as the ABS and the sports suspension. And what you've got to do is keep watching the Sunday Footy Show with Gary Lyon, the #1 rating sports show on a Sunday. Gary, you're killing them. You're up for the leggy, I reckon.
Just battling along, trying to do our best.
Exactly.
Would have been you getting out, Ed, too, if I'd have pulled up in that thing.
Yeah, mate, I just would have been, you know, asking where would you like it parked, Mr. Brereton?
Oh, get out of town, will you?
All right, then. You got anything else, Dad? Who's on?
Go to a break before I ask you a question about the father and son rule.
Okay, we'll take a break and we'll come back with that question on notice. This is Friday Night Football, AFL on 9.
Sunday.
Hello. Do you like scary movies?
Want to be scared?
What's up?
Well, too bad.
I'm in the house. Do you know where I am?
You're behind the couch.
Because this scary movie will kill you with comedy. Carmen Electra, Shannon Elizabeth. Scary Movie premieres 9 o'clock Sunday on 9.
Get the real deal. Still Mini Boss only $3.99 and the first service is free. Purchase one of these beauties and this chainsaw carry case is absolutely free.
They're everywhere, they really care. Their backup will exceed the Specialist Dealers Network. Your friends are hot on me.
Look on you, fantastic furniture, fantastic package. You get a lounge, twin recliners, an extended table, and 4 chairs plus bonus fabric protection. 8 pieces, $19.99. All with no deposit, interest-free terms. Look on you.
How many times has Dad been there for you? Isn't it time you got Dad something great for Father's Day? Like a superb watch. At Shields, you'll save up to 50% on a huge range. Or how about stylish men's rings from $99? Can't decide? Don't worry. How about a nice Italian necklet for you? At just $649, I'm sure Dad'll understand.
Hey, what about me? I am your father. Hey, Albert, tell them about Father's Day. I won't let you borrow my car.
Got something you no longer want or need? Cash Converters will pay instant cash for almost anything, as long as it's in good condition and working order. Instant cash for your unwanted quantity goods. Cash Converters, where second hand doesn't mean second best.
Rudy Giuliani hit the world stage when he led New York City through one of the biggest periods of turmoil in its history. Leadership, courage and strength given to the city he loves saw him receive an honorary knighthood. Now, Rudy Giuliani is coming to Adelaide as guest speaker at a star-studded charity dinner for the Queen Elizabeth Hospital Research Foundation. Join us on August 26th for an evening with Rudy Giuliani in the ballroom at the Entertainment Centre. To book your tickets for this must-attend black tie dinner, call the number on your screen. Proudly supported by Channel 9.
Feeling down, unloved maybe. Then Saturday night let out some of that repressed anger.
You must be a very dangerous man.
Are you scared? And have a blast.
Let's gamble. Because they don't care there's a war going on.
From the producer of The Matrix, Lethal Weapon and Die Hard.
Sorry, Romeo. You gotta die.
Jet Li and Aaliyah in the full throttle movie premiere.
Guess I could use a little exercise. Right on.
Romeo Must Die, Saturday on 9.
Welcome back. The ground is empty after 45,367 people turned up tonight to see an enthralling game where the Magpies split it wide open in the second half, leading by 47 points at three-quarter time and winning by 57 points at the final side.
Question with notice, it was actually, Edward. Reece Shaw and Jason Cloak, the two of the best players on the ground tonight, I thought. Then you've got another Cloak down there. You've got two more
Cameron
Shaws,
Cloak, yep.
Two more Shaw's sons of Ray and Tony that are
Braden
eligible.
and Heath, yes.
You're going to end up with a
And there's
team
another Cloak after that.
And they've got Gary Shaw's kids coming, and Derek Shaw's. Where are these Shaws and Cloaks are going to end up with?
We'll cover them with Cloaks and we'll be sure of victory.
That's going to be amazing.
No,
I mean, quite seriously, you could end up with 3 Cloaks and 3 Shaws.
Yeah.
Playing in a senior.
Well, three Cloaks, 2 Shaws.
You'll go about 5 minutes in a
right.
game of footy and call nothing but Shaw and Cloak.
3 Cloaks, 3 Shaws. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Bucks better start going as well. I'm going to ring up Tanya and say, come on, son, put the shoes away. Let's get that father-son production line going.
We ain't going to touch
Oh,
Put the shoes away.
Well, you know, the shoe shop down there, the Gary Castle's down in Terrac Road.
All right, okay.
Don't worry about that. Let's go down to
nice plug.
The Dock. Speaking of blokes who wear stilettos, sorry, Pete. Pete, how are you, mate?
No, not tonight, Ed, sorry. Yeah, I'm pretty well, thanks, Ed. And you'll be much happy to know that Collingwood had a clean sheet tonight as well, Ed, so no injuries that's going to affect the coming week's training, so a good way to come out with a victory. Over at Adelaide, look, in that second quarter, it looked like Mark Quigley had a go at Bucks, and I thought he was going to take the shorts off, but it really looked for a while like he'd hurt the tendon in his finger. It's the way that Matthew Lloyd ended up missing about 2 months last year when he ruptured the tendon, but It seems like Adelaide weren't too concerned about that. He may have escaped injury, just looked bad at the time. Brett Burton, more of a concern in the last quarter when he lands awkwardly and he just flexes that knee into that, opens up the medial ligament and just gives the kneecap a little bit of a twinge on the medial ligament as well. So they're icing that up and having a look at that. So it'll be interesting to see. You'd imagine that's going to cost a couple of weeks, Ed, at this stage. Too early to make a call.
Pete, is that his bad knee? Is that the one he had the reconstruction?
Yeah, it is. It is, and it's so look, it's just a bit early, obviously, and we're in the Collingwood rooms at the moment. But you'd think that Brett Burton's going to be sitting on the sidelines for a couple of weeks at least with the medial, if not something more.
All right, Pete. Thanks very much for your report down there, Dr. Peter Larkins, and of course, Pete's report's just absolutely essential as we head towards the finals.
Out of the contest, that one too, wasn't it?
Yeah, just
he completed
a
contest and went to come back. Yeah.
All right, then let's have a look at the ladder now. And despite the loss tonight, the Adelaide Crows still remain in second position with a superior percentage, but it's the gap is closing there. Port Adelaide, of course, on top, and Brisbane Lions a chance to go into second position if they can beat Sydney, and of course that'll open up the margin there between Adelaide, Collingwood and Sydney. So a huge game, Brisbane Lions and Sydney. That is just so important for the top 4 positions and the run home over the next fortnight. It's just going to be sensational.
Although Brisbane have got the draw.
They certainly have. Yeah, no doubt. And the form at the moment, you'd think. Have a look at this for the rest of the round. Carlton and St Kilda. The Saints have won 1 game there in 40 years at Optus Oval. Carlton will be trying to keep their head above last position. Geelong and the West Coast Eagles, a danger game. Coasters have lost the last 2. Kangaroos and Hawthorn, still a sniff of finals activity for both sides. So that is a great game at the Telstra Dome tomorrow night. And at Amy Stadium, Port Adelaide take on Melbourne. And, well, Gary, that could be a...
no sniff of a finals hope for the Demons there.
Yeah, and I think Port Adelaide with murderous intent. Sunday, big games, as I said, from the Gabba. Derm, you'll be up there for Brisbane Lions and the Sydney Swans.
Yeah, certainly will. And Sydney have seriously been hurt by the injury to Jason Ball. But we'll just find out how good the Lions are, whether it's they've really, truly hit form.
Kevin Sheedy heads to the MCG for the 200th time as a coach to take on his old team, the Tigers. And at Subiaco, Fremantle and the Western Bulldogs and the Fremantle Dockers to make sure of appearing in their first final series. A fantastic effort for Chris Connolly and all the team over there at Fremantle. Gary Lyons' epic show on Sunday. Guests include Robert Harvey, Chris Judd, Paul Roos and Danny Prawley. So some big names there and some big questions to be asked, Gary. Melbourne, 11 o'clock, Adelaide, 10:30. Should be a beauty.
Robert Harvey is the original Robert Harvey. Chris Judd is the next Robert Harvey.
You reckon? Yeah, so it's a pretty good rap, but they're sensational players. You never know, Rob Harvey might just become another triple Brownlow medalist he's formed this season. As I said, Sunday at the Gabba, Brisbane Lions and Sydney. That is going to be an absolute beauty. Melbourne, 1 o'clock. Check your local guides for the times. And then after that, it's Essendon and Richmond from the MCG in Melbourne and Adelaide. Fremantle and the Western Bulldogs from Subiaco in Perth. And Tony Jones will wrap up the entire afternoon and give you highlights of all the action. Well, it's been a big night at the Telstra Dome. There's no doubt about it. A huge crowd turning up tonight. A tremendous build-up to the game. There was a goal of difference at half-time before the Magpies split the Crows open in the second half. Let's not forget that the Adelaide Crows have had a very tough month of football. They've won 7 of their last 8 coming into this game, and of course were debilitated by the flu going into the game. Dermot and Gary, have a great night.
Good evening, Edward.
A lot of great football still to come in the build-up to the final series. We hope you've enjoyed it tonight on Friday Night Football. This has been AFL.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports. AFL Premiership 2003, proudly brought to you by Carlton, brewed since 1864. And our telecast sponsors, Primus Telecom, delivering the real value of communication. Mitre 10, you can't beat 10 out of 10. Sky City Adelaide, the place to see footy on the big screen. Amy, lucky you're with Amy. Radio Rentals, South Australia's biggest electrical retailer. And Carlton Draft, draft beer at its best. Monday on All New Friends. Boob job. It's an all-new moniker.
I'm gonna get bigger.
I'm not going to get a boob job. That's crazy.
Who's crazy?
You wouldn't want any part of me to get any bigger, would you?
All New Friends and Malcolm from 7:30 Monday on 9. Monday.
Look casual.
They're disciplined. They're focused. They're ready.
The battlefield. Get comfortable with it. Make it your own. I'm getting a panic rash over my homesick rash.
All new Malcolm following Friends 8 o'clock Monday on 9. 9:30 Monday.
Leave your stress behind as we get down and dirty.
This is reality TV at its hottest.
Wish I could read a manual about how to date 5 girls at once.
15 beauties all throwing themselves at the world's luckiest bachelor. He's playing the field big time and scoring all the time.
You guys all look delicious.
Now it's time to decide who will stay and who will go.
This is going to be a life-altering decision.
All new Red Hot, The Bachelor 3, 9:30 Monday on 9.